The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave.
Have you noticed that the older John Bon Jovi gets, the more he looks like Jamie Lee Curtis? If you actually looked at that, it's really strange and kind of cool. By the way, I can think of far worse people to look like than Jamie Lee Curtis.
John Bon Jovi for Activia. What is it that she does?
Activia.
Yeah. Get your gut health right.
I think it's been a while since that.
It's
been a while.
It's been a while.
Hey, is that the electric slide burner?
Yeah, I got everything in.
It's electric.
Got up a little early this morning. I decided the best thing to do would be I was going to do the biscuits beforehand and microwave them like the night before. I actually cooked the biscuits this morning and wrapped them in tinfoil. So I'm hoping.
Conspiracy?
Yeah. By the way, hey, I don't have leading off, or do I? Just a heads up. Is that normal, or
It's in there.
it is in there?
No,
It's in there. Now I've not used this yet. Good morning, everybody.
Are you really doing it in here?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
I don't like the way you said that. I like the way you were like, that's like one of those, hey, are you really wearing that to the thing?
I mean, it looks good on you, though.
Right. It looks, I mean, if you want to do that, I love that, by the way.
You look fat in that.
I am the worst husband for many reasons, but one of my favorite bits to play on my wife is like, hey, you wearing that? Like right when we're leaving, I just say it just like that, like if we're going somewhere. Oh, you wearing that? I'll do that every once in a while. And
I think you get a shut up.
Yeah. I usually do, and those are great. The ones that aren't great is when I get the why. And then I'm like, I'm joking. I've done this for 17 years, Dora. She's like, it's not funny. Not funny.
Maybe in year 18.
Yeah, maybe in year 18. So good morning, everybody. It is a fun Friday. Welcome in. It's Jason, it's Dave, it's Chris. In case you're wondering, we will keep you up to date on the breaking news this morning. And if you're just tuning in, or if you haven't done anything yet, if you haven't turned on a TV, this is going to seem like a bit or a joke, and it is not. And I on the list of things that I thought I would never say, sentences I would never say in doing this job, somewhere in the top 5, if not higher, had to be, we are monitoring world number 1 Scotty Scheffler being arrested, taken to jail, in handcuffs, put in an orange jumpsuit, having a mugshot taken, released after many very serious charges were levied against him, and now on his way back to Valhalla Golf Course in Louisville, Kentucky, just outside Louisville, to try to tee off here. And if, saying lucky for him is a little silly to say right now, but there is a weather delay. And it looks like he will play. Now, we're going to cover this a lot today as it's continuing to develop, and this will be the dominant sports story of the day and probably the weekend. I will say it now, and I will repeat it a few times for the audience because I do not want to give off the, you always want to be aware and sensitive. There was a accident near the golf course in which a pedestrian was killed, and obviously that's the thing that's most important here. And there are thoughts with obviously that person, their family. Scotty Scheffler got arrested, he'll be fine. This person lost their life, and that's the perspective that we will repeat a couple of times. But this is the real world, and the way it's going to shake out is the coverage will be about Scotty Scheffler.
Which, by the way, had nothing to do with that accident.
Had nothing to do with that. Thank you, Jason.
There's more to his part of the story, but
yes,
to the, well, I don't want to say true crime because that's not fair. But anyway.
Right. But the Well,
Yeah,
we'll get to that. How was your evening?
it was good. It's good. Not as interesting as that.
Jeez, I mean, just and it's funny. It's funny. I don't know why, and just follow me here because you know how my brain works, which is weird. I found myself thinking of O.J. Simpson this morning, and I'll tie it together because remember the sentence I said of. And one of the things that I least expected to say in my life was that world number one Scotty Scheffler, by all accounts, Scotty Scheffler is an angel of a human being, a brand new father, world golf number one. I'm not a religious man, but I respect it, and his faith is incredibly important to him. To say he's a God-fearing, moral man, I mean, that is just what you hear. I don't know him. I've never met him, but that is just what you hear from everyone else. Not the guy that you would ever think would be in handcuffs and a jumpsuit. And then when I said that, I had this flashback to when all the OJ stuff happened and thinking the same exact thing as a much younger person. Now, let's be very clear here. The differences between that and this could not be more pronounced. I'm simply speaking of the shock of seeing an athlete hero whose reputation and public persona is the exact opposite of something you would expect like that. And then that's where the similarities very, very much end. The accident allegedly happened at 5:09 a.m. This is Kentucky time. About an hour later, Scotty Scheffler was detained by the Louisville police. About an hour after that, little over that, he was booked by the Louisville Metropolitan Department of Corrections. An hour 10 after that, which would be 8:40 now, so almost 3 hours after he was detained, he was released and is expected momentarily to arrive at Valhalla. The charges: second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic, and they're showing his mugshot right now. Now, we'll get more details as we go, but according to Jeff Darlington, the reporter that was on the scene, and several people, there was a traffic holdup. It was not a crime scene, but an accident scene, whatever you call it. Person, there was a fatality. And a lot of times, media and golfers, they will keep a median open for them to drive through. And apparently Scotty Scheffler thought that was the case, was driving, and a police officer yelled for him to stop. Now, again, now it's conjecture. I don't know this. It sounds like, and one would imagine, he did not hear the officer, who then, according to, this is just words the reporters are using here, attached himself to the vehicle. Sounds most likely like grabbed onto the door handle. And Scotty continued to drive for somewhere between 10 and 20 yards before finally the officer banged on the car with his flashlight. And then that's where Scotty Scheffler stopped, was pulled out of the car, and everything else ensued. So when you hear things like, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, assault of a police officer, those are incredibly, especially the assault of a police officer, incredibly serious charges. I will say this, just a prediction. It's not going to be a good day for the state of Kentucky. Andy Beshear, I believe, is still the governor out there. It is not going to be a good day for the state of Kentucky. They're going to have a lot of, it just sounds like there was and by the way, one would say, well, why should Scotty Scheffler be treated any differently than, well, because he's the world number one golfer and he's Scotty Scheffler. And in that, obviously, if the guy is like committing open crimes, he should be treated like everybody else. But there's context here, and I'm sure somebody around Scotty Scheffler was saying to the police officers, guys, this isn't like Fred Smith. This is a guy that's supposed to be here, supposed to be at the golf course. This is the process. And you'd think at some point one of these officers would be like, this is a whole huge misunderstanding. Let's just squash this. They didn't. And here we are. So bizarro world, Jason Ross. So what better way to celebrate the weird arrest of Scotty Scheffler than with biscuits and gravy? So I have brought in little baggie. It's pepper. I brought in the hot plate. Oh, yeah. Measuring cup. Whiskey. Little whiskey. Milk, in which, just to be clear, I normally drink 1%, but for the case, in the purposes of gravy, we go whole milk. I know. Sausage. Mix. Spoon. Now, am I nervous about how this is all going to play out? A little. Do I worry that on a Friday we're going to set off the alarms here? A little bit. Am I a little more worried after, right when the show started, you said, are you going to do that in here? Yes. Am I now fully ensconced in the Mike Lamb ask a question and answer it yourself thing? Mm-hmm.
Dare I say. But
why not? So you'll be gone next week. I just remembered that last night. It was just randomly randoming. And then I was like, oh, wait, when is Jason gone? Oh, God. Next week. What are you doing?
So, wait, I'm just thinking on this. So if something were to happen today with this and some sort of...
We might both be gone next week.
Punishment. Well, I'm gone.
Here we go. Wow. Let me ask you this. Let's just all play a fun game. We actually have management in here.
That's true.
So if in fact, it's on. It's on, Jason.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on max.
What's that?
That is the same beep we had when
is that
when the microwave was plugged in there and then they moved it over there?
Why that? I just unplugged it.
I think it's gonna happen again.
If that's kind of annoying, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If I, in fact, thank you. If I did, in fact, you would see this. If I did set off the alarms and the water thingy watered, which, by the way, somebody did text in the other day and say that they think they're triggered more by heat now than. But that's also normal buildings. We're in a building that was built in 1834.
Yeah.
If I did,
John Sutter built this building.
Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, if I did set
People
off,
are going to come in with a bunch of towels.
What do you think? Let's. I really actually want a serious answer here. If I touched it. If in fact I set off the alarms and the sprinkler, and it just drenched the stuff in here. What do you think the punishment would be? Like, am I getting a suspension? I don't think I'm getting fired. Am I getting a suspension? Am I getting as a write-up? Am I getting a stern talking to? Do I have to replace the equipment on top of, like, I just really do wonder what the process would be.
You have to do a 6 to 6 shift for a week.
I'll take the
During Major League Baseball All-Star Week.
Oh, God. Yeah, I just realized that, too, that for the first time in I don't know how long, I'll be working that week, too.
Woof.
By the way, I totally know this isn't going to work, but I'm just going to try to plug it over here. So, anyway, I'm going to turn it on, see if we get the same result here. Should be beeping here in a few seconds. Why does it do that? Is it like a overload?
Maybe.
Well,
I remember when we plugged in over there.
Over there, it was fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid. Because I don't have a stick mic. I got to go over there. I got to saute.
Want me to do a long read?
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Wolves annihilated the Nuggets, man.
What was that?
I do not know, Jason Ross. I just don't know at all. So that happened. The A's lost to the Astros. And then what we had in here was just a normal PGA Championship update. Scotty Scheffler is going to dominate headlines today, and we actually have an update on that when we get back. We'll take a 1-minute break. I'll try not to burn this place down. Leading off is next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
This report is sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone. Fans can personalize their live sports viewing experience by watching multiple games at once and easily finding their favorite team and stats.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Entering Valhalla Golf Club this morning, we witnessed a car pull around us that was Scotty Scheffler was in the car. To be very clear about the details here, Scotty Scheffler has been detained by police officers, placed in the back of a police vehicle in handcuffs after he tried to pull around what he believed to be security, ended up being police officers. They told him to stop. When he didn't stop, the police officer attached himself to the vehicle. Scheffler then traveled another 10 yards before stopping the car. The police officer then grabbed at his arm, attempting to pull him out of the car before Scheffler eventually opened the door, at which point the police officer pulled Scheffler out of the car, pushed him up against the car, and immediately placed him in handcuffs. Scheffler was then walked over to the police car, placed in the back in handcuffs, very stunned about what was happening, looked toward me as he was in those handcuffs and said, "Please help me." He very clearly did not know what was happening in the situation. It moved very quickly, very rapidly, very aggressively. He was detained in that police vehicle for approximately 20 minutes. The police officers at that point did not understand that Scotty Scheffler was a golfer in the tournament, nor, of course, that he is the number 1 player in the world.
ESPN's Jeff Darlington was on the scene doing some really fantastic reporting, by the way, this morning on the whole deal. There it is, and he's back now. You had mentioned, we were talking about off the air how his round would go. Honestly, I know he's not going to do this, but if he were to play today's round and shoot in the 60s while still wearing the orange jumpsuit, he's the greatest of all time automatically, right? Yeah. Like automatically he is.
No one else has done that.
No one else has ever that, everybody's always looking for like, how can I break? Yeah, I am the first. He would be the first and the last to be able to do that. He is back at Valhalla, and in all seriousness, his round today, now all of a sudden, and by the way, Jason, ooh, can you hear the sizzling?
I can.
Yeah, we're going here. That's, by the way, Biscuits and Gravy if you just joined us. Otherwise, that's weird out of context. Jason, this might be the first time in 20 years that somebody is going to be on a golf course with Tiger Woods and their round is going to be more watched. There's going to be more scrutiny.
Well, more coverage. Do you think his round is more like?
I think it's a conversation, and we don't ever have that conversation. When Tiger Woods is on the course, it doesn't matter. That's the round people that is getting the most coverage and the most eyeballs. But we have an opportunity now to watch somebody who was in jail this morning.
So crazy.
He was in jail.
In a jumpsuit, mugshot.
Jumpsuit, mugshot. Why is that hard to say?
I don't know, but I struggled.
Yeah, I did too. I was kind of laughing internally at you struggling.
You're like, you struggled.
Yeah, and then I said it. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Jumpsuit, mugshot. I don't know, man.
I think I want to say jump shot.
Maybe that's, yeah. Jump shot, mug suit. Jason, have you ever been in jail?
No.
I have.
I know.
Let me tell you.
2 truths and a lie, and that was the truth.
On your 21st birthday.
My 21st birthday.
In Nebraska.
Sarpy County Jail. Changed me for life. Learned how to play the harmonica.
Learned how.
Had one of those little metal mugs.
I know it's not the time to joke about that, but I haven't always. I think it's amusing when someone has a funny mugshot. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
and Scheffler's looks like he's like, what's
well, it's like any of us that look like what is going on?
But like if you just have the super cheesy, but I'm not trying to be funny if there's
I got you.
Something like that's a very serious crime, that's not funny. No. But every once in a while you'll see a mugshot, like, what's going on there?
I think there's actually there's got to be a collection of just funniest mugshots of all time. I mean,
I think we're cooking over there pretty seriously.
I think we are. I'm hearing what I'm doing right now, by the way, everybody, is I poured the milk and the gravy powder because we're not screwing with homemade
What
gravy.
would you call that?
This thing?
Mm-hmm.
This is my NutriBullet shaker.
Oh, okay.
So it's just something that
multi-use.
Yeah, it's a multitasker, and I'm shaking it up in here rather than see if I put the gravy stuff. Jason's gonna go stir the sausage.
Hello.
Hey now.
Is that code for something?
If I put it in there and just whisk it, you're gonna get lumps. This is a way to kind of prevent lumps, if you will. You shake it in advance, and yes, if we were making a homemade gravy, it would be a completely different situation, but what are you going to do? All right, cut. I love that Jason's cooking. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Dominant, authoritative, bounce back win from the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll see you Game 7 Sunday. 115 to 70 the final.
I was really lucky last night.
Yeah.
Because I got late word and I put on makebelieve.com Timberwolves in 44.5. I was holding my breath.
I don't want
it's on the screen.
The screen. I don't want to take anything away from the Timberwolves here as I'm about to take something away from the Timberwolves. I really don't. You gotta think the fourth quarter was 29-9.
They're like, we got Game 7.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, they weren't gonna win.
They weren't gonna win.
But
full credit to the Timberwolves. I'm just not buying the whole 45 point.
At the end, it could have been 100. It doesn't.
It could have. They did not care. Nikola Jokic still managed to go for 22, 9, and 4. But on 9 and 19, he and Jamal Murray combined to go 13 of 37, and nobody else did anything. Woofaroo. If you'd have told me Karl Anthony Towns would have 10 points, I'd have said, oh, okay, so we're going to, we're done with this series.
Yeah.
That's all he needed, 10 points, but he did have 13 boards, 5 assists, 8 points, 14 boards. Oh, yeah. How about if I told you, what if I told you yesterday, Karl Anthony Towns would have 10 points, Rudy Gobert would have 8 points, and no block shots for either Towns or Gobert.
And I think, wasn't it like 9-2 to begin? Denver?
Yes, it was.
Like, okay, well.
Yeah, I think Jokic at one point mentions that.
Yeah. And so, yesterday Sam's there. We talked to him. He's kind of got more of a true feel and of the boots on the ground, let's say. And he had the vibe of like, Minnesota's in trouble. And that's, when you've lost 3 in a row after your most dominant game 2, but they responded. I don't care. They could have won by 1 yesterday, but they won by 45. That's what they needed to do. And now they've got a chance. It's one game. I'm sure Denver should feel good about being home.
Yes.
But one game, why can't Edwards go for 45 and Minnesota gets through this thing?
I love Game 7.
Yeah.
Man. I'm here for it.
Yep.
Sunday, I think,
yeah.
Right? Sunday, Game 7. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got the Game 7 here. We're going to do Scotty Scheffler update, and then maybe we'll get to a Game 7 as well as this thing is continuing to develop. We'll get to that right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door, the comforts of a little bit of stratus clouds and also a delta breeze. We'll keep things in the 50s for the morning. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine ahead, highs in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's It's the Season sales event?
We're celebrating 75 years in business by offering Dodge Chargers and Challengers at enormous discounted prices to say thank you. We're sad to be saying goodbye to the last of the gas-powered Dodge Chargers and Challengers, but we're sending them out in style. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on the very last of the new 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger Scat Packs.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is really the end.
Yep, once they're gone forever. Don't wait and miss your chance because there's only a few left, and with savings like this, they won't last long.
Hurry in before they're gone or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
11,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Challenger and Charger Scat Packs. After 6,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. 5 of this net savings, sample VIN 596361. See dealer for details.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Hello, I'm Frank Ockwell with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. The past few weeks, we've seen many financial data reports from jobs, inflation, and employment numbers. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Dallas-Fort Worth and Arlington area in Texas lead the largest 25 metro areas with 10.7% employment growth and is 15th with 3.9% unemployment rate. Inflation numbers came in lower this month, growing at a 0.3% rate. With the rate of inflation receding and the jobs market staying relatively stable, it must be all good news for Americans, right? Not really. While the rate of inflation is slowing, according to the CPI index readings, prices have increased 22.3% between May of 2020 and April 2024. During the pandemic, Americans accumulated excess savings of $2.1 trillion. Since then, they have spent down those savings to the tune of $1.9 trillion to combat rising costs. Current elevated rates make everything from housing to business investment more expensive, and there are few signs that prices are actually headed down. They just seem to be stabilizing. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer and member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Carmichael Dave here. You know Memorial Day's right around the corner. That means outdoor parties, barbecues, and family gatherings. Now my friends at Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside the new Amy hardware store in the El Dorado Town Center, they're bursting with beautiful, comfortable outdoor furniture. Now, through Memorial Day, they're going to pay the sales tax on all in-stock patio furniture. We're talking great brands like Kettler, deep seating sets, Jensen Outdoor, indestructible Polywood Adirondack chairs, and umbrellas. Now, you all know Amy's. It's your barbecue headquarters, and this year they have 2 of the newest, hottest brands, those beefy Rectech grills and affordable Napoleon grills. And of course, they still carry the great brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. The sales tax is on them now through Memorial Day on all in-stock patio furniture. Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
We are fortunate in Northern California to have weather that allows us to play golf year-round. On the other hand, that's a lot of time to be exposed to the sun's harmful rays. So just remember to apply the sunscreen. Experts say that SPF 30 blocks 97% of the UVB rays that cause sunburn, and you should apply sunscreen at least every 2 hours. So put it on before you play and reapply at the turn. Apply it evenly and thoroughly. When you use a spray, don't step into the spray because you won't be putting it on evenly. We all tend to get our arms, legs, and face, but make sure you apply to your ears, neck, hands, and scalp, and don't forget the backs of your knees. And make sure you check the expiration date. Experts also say the sunscreen that works is the sunscreen that you actually are going to put on your skin. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, so the story of the day is developing right now, and I feel like hopefully the breaking news part of it, I think, is coming to an end. If you just joined us, Scotty Scheffler, well, let me back up. There was a fatality pedestrian car accident just outside of Valhalla Golf Club today, where the PGA Championship is being held in Louisville, Kentucky. There was a big traffic holdup, as you would think. Now, for those of you who have never covered or attended golf tournaments, especially a major like this, there is generally, in the morning, big traffic jams. Because in most, if not all major tournaments, you get there in the morning and you've got your little chairs or whatever, and you stake out your claim on the course. It's this unwritten rule. Like at Augusta, for example, you get on the course, you set your chair down, let's say right on the 18th hole, right next to the green. Perfect spot, let's say. That's where you want to be. And then once your chair is there, that's your chair for the day. You can get up, you can go to other holes, you can do whatever, but the chair is yours. That is your seat for the day. So there's an advantage to getting there when the doors open. Now, players have to also get in. Sometimes they'll have a back entrance, this, that, whatever. But in this case, they're all, that front entrance was right where the traffic jam was. Scotty Scheffler, then there's a median, a shoulder on the road, and generally players will be cleared and media will be cleared to drive on the shoulder to be able to get entrance so they can do their broadcast and they can, of course, play golf if they're a player. Scheffler's doing that. He's driving through the median, obviously incredibly slow. And apparently he was asked to stop. Logic would dictate he probably didn't hear the officer say that. Then the officer grabbed onto his door handle. Scotty didn't notice there either. Again, allegedly, but logic.
So Scotty doesn't know?
Scotty doesn't know. And then it sounds like the officer then pulls out his flashlight, bangs on the window. Scheffler stops. And now we're seeing, let me, as we're seeing this crazy footage here of Scotty Scheffler arriving at Valhalla 35 minutes prior to his tee time. It appears he's heading to the range with an umbrella over him. A little bit of luck with the weather delay here to help him out so he doesn't miss his tee time. So he is taken out of the vehicle, thrown against the vehicle's wall, handcuffed, taken to jail, put in an orange jumpsuit, mugshotted, charged with several crimes, including second-degree assault of an officer and criminal mischief, released, and then came back to Valhalla where he's at right now, walking towards the range with all eyes on him.
And literally every camera.
Every camera.
And he's the world number one. This is like the most coverage he's ever had.
You're absolutely correct.
Also a guy who doesn't, I don't think he cares for the coverage normally anyway.
No, he doesn't.
And now it's like, all right, I don't under these circumstances either.
People are being funny on the chat. I get you. Number one, no, he did not get his sponsors on the jumpsuit. Number two, no, it's a Colonel Sanders and Jack Daniels bailed him out. I believe Jack Daniels is Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee guys. At least get it right. So, and I'm sure MC's talking about how Xfinity is owned by Vanguard. He was on that yesterday, and so is NBC. And there's, I don't know, I'm sure it's Deep Golf or whatever that made this happen. So, anyways, look, again, somebody died today. That's the main, that's right. Perspective. Also, these are very serious charges. This is a really terrible morning for Scotty Scheffler. Acknowledging that and having the perspective and putting that to the side for a second. This has the opportunity to be an absolutely wonderful moment in Scotty Scheffler's career. This is one of those setups here. Michael Jordan had the flu game. Mm-hmm. The people attach themselves to adversity with athletes because it humanizes them, it mortalizes them. And then when those athletes perform under that issue they're dealing with, it stands out and becomes a signature moment. We talked about this the other day. We talked about Brett Favre's 4 or 5 touchdowns right after his father passed away. Obviously, I just mentioned the Jordan flu game. There's Isaiah Thomas when his sister passed away and he went off in the playoffs for the Celtics. Terrible, terrible things or illnesses, and then performance under that pressure creates legend.
Sure.
So it's a very interesting opportunity for Scotty Scheffler, who just wanted to play some golf this morning.
Right.
But now all of a sudden, this becomes potentially one of those all-time a signature moment in a career that has many signature moments so far. The guy's won the Masters a couple times. He's a multi-time major champion, but hasn't really captured the golf fan world like somebody generally would. So it's really interesting, Jason Ross, as I go stir the sausage.
Yeah, I think it's time. I was thinking I might go do that, but yeah. So now everybody's watching him. There was a little bit of a delay for multiple reasons, the weather and his situation. He's about 30 minutes away from tee time. I saw that they even had Dave his. We saw the mug shot earlier. Then there was he had his not inmate number, his booking number.
Yeah.
He was listed, which this threw me a little bit. What do you think his height and weight is listed as?
6'1", 200.
I think I saw 6'3", 170.
Oh wow, he's a beanpole.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would assume those are relatively accurate.
He's
so
on Ozempic.
He is on Ozempic. So definitely an interesting morning. I woke up to that everything on social media, looking at that, going, "Wait, what happened with Scotty Scheffler?" Just a very surprising thing, and the overall big picture. You got to realize there was a fatality of the pedestrian that was walking. I don't know much more about that story because I hope that also doesn't get. I don't know that.
Yeah.
There was a life lost. For Scotty, he's just gonna. I don't even imagine much more happens after today. I don't think. Do you? He's going to have to talk about it, and I don't know if the charges ultimately. He's free to go. He's going to play today, but if much more happens after this, I don't know.
There
might be some follow-ups.
Yeah, there's going to certainly be follow-up. Everyone wants to see how he reacts on the course and then that first interview. And look, let's just be perfectly honest, because so many times in this world, people have this kind of fake whatever. About what you mentioned, we all completely understand, because we're human beings. We know nothing about the pedestrian fatality. We know nothing about that person. We don't even know if it was a guy, a girl, a mom, a dad, a grandson, a kid. Do we, Chris?
The PGA just put out a statement saying that it was a vendor that was working at the.
Okay. And look, let's just be honest about this. It is a tragedy. Somebody died. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. People also die every single day in hundreds of car accidents and it gets very little coverage. And this person passing away is going to get far more coverage than they normally would if it was just rando on the street, whatever, because of how it was tied in. So speaking predominantly about what happened with Scotty Scheffler, I think as long as you acknowledge what the true perspective is, nobody should be surprised that the arrest of Scotty Scheffler is going to get more coverage than an unknown pedestrian fatality. That's just the way the media world works. There's far other things that could be covered that are more air quotes important than Scotty Scheffler being booked for 20 minutes. Here's the statement. This morning, we were devastated to learn that a worker with one of our vendors was tragically struck and killed by a shuttle bus outside Valhalla Golf Club. This is heartbreaking to all of us involved on the PGA with the PGA Championship. We extend our sincere condolences to their family and their loved ones. And yeah, I don't know what else you say to that.
No, I mean, and that's the true loss. It impacts the people, the shuttle bus driver, the people on the bus, the people that saw it. I mean, there's a lot of people impacted, and you know, whether it gets to people trying to, you know, understand Scotty Scheffler's role in this, you're so right. Like, generally there is especially if there's like a one-way in to these places,
yeah,
there is some other lanes or some guidance or some clearance for those that have to get in.
Yeah.
And I've marveled at different times with, just say, for example, the Kings or Sac State football.
Yeah.
We've had, especially when they play up, like we'll go to the University of Washington and we've got this amazing police escort. And some people, like, the bus has to get there. There's traffic. You're going on a freeway, and they're going to make sure the visiting team, and in this case, if the home team is, you know, booked at a hotel, they also have to get there. And that's just the way things are done, right or wrong, but that's how it's done. And usually there's an extra lane or some way to go. And maybe either there was confusion there with Scheffler or obviously with the police officers. It's all unfortunate.
916-339-1140 is a text line before we go to break. I understand where this text is coming from. I'll address it because I don't think it's trolling from the 209, so it could be. I'm sure the guy's family who died would feel special after Scotty Scheffler acted like an ass and then goes on, let's say, and wins the tournament. Sounds like you're making a lot of excuses for Scotty. Well, there's a little bit of a tone to that. That's a little strange. But I would say this. I am making excuses for Scotty Scheffler because it's not just an innocent till proven guilty, but as humans, and I even brought up the whole OJ thing earlier. You know, look, we've been fooled before, but look, logic would dictate, heavy logic would dictate that Scotty Scheffler on his way to a PGA championship, based on everything we know about Scotty Scheffler, his character, and by the way, just logic, period, just as normal human, would dictate that he probably wasn't trying to assault a police officer at 7 a.m. Kentucky time in the middle of this whole thing and then pull a, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Plus there's corroborating witnesses that the guy had no idea what was going on, was legitimately surprised, asked a media member, Jeff Darlington, for help, like did not know what was going on. Now, look.
Yeah, if it's proven another way.
Of course, if it comes out that
ramifications.
Of course. And of course, that's how it will be covered. But I think you base what you can on the individual, and, you know, the whole innocent till proven guilty really goes a little further with him as well. But, you know, everybody's got an agenda. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out. A bad day for the A's, a bad week for the A's, we'll say, and bobblehead nights. So much more. We'll do that next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
Going deep down the sideline for are you? He's got it, and he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Ayuk is on fire!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
It's Sacktown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fragoso here to tell you about the Sacramento Autograph Expo Trade Night hosted by True Sports Cards, happening at the Fairgrounds in Roseville. Come hang out with fellow hobby enthusiasts as we sell and trade trading cards under the stars at Attaway Pavilion. Trade Night is completely free, happening Saturday, May 18th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. After an action-packed day of meeting your favorite athletes, stick around for a bit. So come on down to Trade Night at the Fairgrounds in Roseville, located at 700 Event Center Drive, Saturday, May 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit sacksportscardexpo.com or hit up Trade Night host Candlestick Sports Cards on Instagram. See you there.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right. We also have our own developing story, which is Jason Ross has either never had biscuits and gravy or just doesn't remember.
Yeah. I'm glad I said never because this is going to work.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you might. Here's the thing. And again, for people that don't.
Smells great.
For people that. That's not the biscuits and gravy, by the way.
Oh.
For people that are tuning in on the radio. So Jason said that, so I got us a hot plate. I got us a Sacktown Sports hot plate, and brought in the ingredients today because it is Friday Fun and Games Day, Jason.
Yes, it is.
That's
a lot of gravy.
You keep looking, and I feel like you think that that's too much gravy.
It looks like it is, but I don't know. What do I know?
What do you know? What do you know?
You feel comfortable with the amount that you put on there?
I do.
And real silverware? Thank you.
Yeah, real. Yeah.
It's a spoon thing or a fork thing?
Well,
or either or. Spork?
I didn't bring in plastic silverware because you got to kind of, it's a heavy dish. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't want snapping silverware. Oh, wow. The waft?
Yeah. No, I see the smoke.
Oh, yeah.
No,
it's ready. It's hot and ready, buddy. And then as far as a fork or a spoon goes, I think because it's gravy, you know what I'm saying? Like at least with a fork, it's going to kind of fall through a little bit. With a spoon, you'll get it all, even though I know we generally all want to eat with forks. Yeah. Right? Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So safer out. Christopher Laud. Question 1, please.
The A's were passed by the Astros last night.
Yeah, they were.
Safer out. They won't pass Houston again.
I think that's safe. I do, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong.
It's reality.
It is the reality. They got did they get swept by they got swept by the Rangers, yeah. And then now the Astros and Rangers before that, and they're on a big fat losing streak, and Mason Miller's probably about to get traded to the Yankees or whomever. Yeah, I think so. But you know what? Hey, it was a good month.
A nice surprise to start things out.
It was a nice surprise to start things out. So. Safe, Jason?
It was fun while they were I think they got to within one game of 500.
Yes.
And then now they're...
Do we do a retrospective?
Yes.
I will.
A tribute video to the early season A's.
Safe or out question 2, please.
It was Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, it was.
Safe or out? Bobblehead night is the best giveaway.
I would like to ask, while I answer the safe or out question, would you take a bite and just give us your, because I know we have a 6-minute break coming. I just want to give you some time. Did you get a piece of sausage in there? You gotta get some of that sausage in your mouth. Safe or out? Was it Shohei? I think it is. Like, okay, of every giveaway ever, is there like a better giveaway? Sure. But I'm talking about like your regular giveaways. And I count fireworks night as a giveaway, by the way. Like, you show up and it's just part. Yeah.
Very good.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what I was going to say. Much like the egg maker, you're not going to offend me if you don't like. We want honesty here. Yeah, exactly. If you're like, it's not for me.
It's great.
Yeah, I think bobblehead night's the best, man. And by the way, this is actually kind of cool of the Dodgers, which is a sentence I've never said. They snuck in, I think, out of the 40,000 bobbleheads, I think they snuck in, they said like 1,700 that were the gray road jerseys, just as a random thing. Those were on eBay at least last night for up to $950, I read.
I haven't been to that many games over the years, but I remember this very well as a kid, Dave. I went probably at the age of 11 or 12 to a game at Angel Stadium. And it was Bat Day. And at the time, like, that seemed totally cool. Like, I had that bat. I probably have that bat somewhere. But as a kid, I would, the little wooden bat had like an Angels decal on it. And it was a full-size bat. Is that a very good idea?
No.
To give away 10,000 bats to people, to fans?
No, that's like...
Do they still do that?
That's like...
I think the A's did it a couple of years ago.
I'm sure they did.
Well, they didn't, yeah. 10,000.
That's almost like dozen egg night. Just there's certain things you shouldn't give away. Just bad ideas.
Yeah.
I know what they would never have is they would never have that night in
Mazel Tov cocktail.
Yeah. What was
it called?
Molotov cocktail.
Molotov. Mazel Tov. Hey! What's it called again?
Molotov.
What's in this sausage? It's a very celebratory cocktail. What wouldn't they do again?
What?
What wouldn't they do?
They wouldn't do I'm saying they wouldn't do you're not going to see stuff like that like over in England for the old soccer.
Yeah. You're not bringing it back?
We put out
Could you do soccer ball?
You could, but
it's
just
going on the pitch.
Just to give you an idea. The second to last game of the season, we did Thundersticks. I told you that, right? And we got a bunch of letters from legitimately concerned people that were like, I don't know if this is a great idea. These could absolutely be weapons. And then if you've ever used a Thunderstick, you know that it would actually be hilarious for it to be used as a weapon. But they worry about that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Puzzle tough.
Whatever, number 3, please.
Juan Soto gave the Yankees the okay to have contract negotiations during the season. Safe or out? This could be a distraction.
I don't like this, and safe, it could be a distraction. And look, I'm just going to make a little comparison here that's funny because athletes, radio show hosts, but we're under contract. And if there's ever a time where we are trying to re-up and negotiate something, basically when you're under contract, or, you don't have to be a contract. Everybody knows this from work when you want to raise or something, but you go in and everybody loves each other. But when it's contract negotiation time, You're like, I do this, and this, and this is why I deserve this. And then that's when management's like, here, we had a report drawn, and actually you don't do this, or this, and your competition does this, and you're terrible, and you're lucky you have a job, and no. And then you go, but wait a minute, and you basically go back and forth, and it can be very, if you're not used to that, it can be very offensive a little bit, right? Yeah. To have somebody basically tell you how much of a crappy job you're doing, and then you got to go back and be friends the next day.
You're not worth that.
That's exactly right. So unless it's a situation, and there's no max deal here like in the NBA, Juan Soto already turned down a 15-year, $440 million offer from the Nationals. He's going to want over $500 million here. Hal Steinbrenner said he's open to it, but I just don't like the idea.
Well, even the day they traded for him, the Yankees knew, I think it was even Brian Cashman said, we know this is likely a one-year deal. So like they were well aware of the game they were playing. They were like, this is worth the risk. We want to have him for a season. Sure, we may try to re-sign him, but we may not be able to. So they already knew this going in. He's having a good year as expected. He helps that lineup. And, maybe he's in a situation where he's really liking it there, and they've got an opportunity to sign him.
It's weird. What is it like to have a team that has money to spend and goes out and signs and trades for people? I don't know what that's like as a Giants fan. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay. We'll take a break.
Good batch.
Yeah, good batch. I like it peppery, so I hope
there's a good amount of pepper, but I don't mind it.
When we come back, the Wolves destroyed the Nuggets. We'll go over that a little bit from last night. We'll also keep you updated all day long on the Scotty Scheffler news. Scheffler has told Jeff Darlington some things. Now we have some first quotes from Scotty Scheffler, and we'll have those when we get back on Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door, the comforts of a little bit of stratus clouds and also a delta breeze. We'll keep things in the 50s for the morning. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine ahead, highs in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
At Ashton Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Weekends are for Sacramento Rivercats baseball. Join us Friday, May 17th for Patrick Bailey bobblehead to the first 2,500 fans, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. Saturday, May 18th is Salute to Armed Forces Night, presented by Budweiser, with a pregame flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Stick around postgame for a fireworks show presented by Sutter Health. For a full promotion schedule and to buy tickets, visit rivercats.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's going on for Chrysler's It's the Season sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on those hard-to-find new 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks, starting as low as $49,495. Plus, we have over 500 new Ram trucks available, which means the Ram truck you want is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Yeah, but why drive all the way to Hoblet?
We do things different here at Hoblet. You're not just a number. When you buy from Hoblet, you become family. There's a reason we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation. We have the big city selection and savings, but the small town feel you can't find at an auto mall.
Now's the time to get the new Ram truck of your dreams. Stop by for a test drive or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramies after 7,500 dealer discount and 500 factor rebates. 5% net savings, 49,495 net price after 2,500 factor rebates. Rebates include 1,500 Ram commercial bonus cash. Not everyone will qualify. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 197372.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
We're following the Scotty Scheffler situation. Of course, the internet is undefeated with this. Somebody posted Louisville Police Department has released the name of Scotty Scheffler's arresting officer, 35-year-old Tori McElroy. I mean, come on. It's not funny. It's a little bit.
They got a countdown to his tea time.
Do they? Oh my God, they do. 5 minutes and 34 seconds. They have a run. And this is where the media is so lame and so awesome at the same time. Like, they're going to jump on this thing. They understand in real time this is a big, big deal. And now you're, like I said, this is going to be, I think, for the first time in maybe 20 years or more, where you're going to have Tiger Woods on the golf course, and he will not be the most covered and the most shown golfer on the course. It will be, nobody's going to be covered more than Scotty Scheffler today. And obviously for not great reasons. He has released a statement. It reads as such: this morning, I was proceeding as directed by police officers. It was a very chaotic situation, understandably so, considering the tragic accident that had occurred earlier and there was a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to do. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. I'm hopeful to put this to the side and focus on golf today. Of course, all of us involved in the tournament express our deepest sympathies to the family of the man who passed away in the earlier accident this morning. It truly puts everything into perspective. And you know something? I mean, first off, look, everybody has great statements, and, you know, I don't want to go crazy over that, you know, when you put something together like that. But again, this fits the personality of Scotty Scheffler. And to be honest with you, and we haven't, you know, we'll see in his, what will be in highly covered and disseminated post-match presser. I'm just going to take a guess that his whole thing is going to be like, no, this was it inconvenient? Yeah, but a man lost his life today, and that put everything in perspective. And so, and I'm not trying to, let me be really careful here because it's a super sensitive topic for people. But please just take me at face value, and that I'm not being, there's no sense of irony or snark in what I'm about to say. But Scotty Scheffler has said before, again, I want to go back to his faith and how important his faith is to him. Now, again, I'm not a religious man, but I respect that. It's his moral and ethical compass. And he has said before, and I'm going to mess up the quote, but somebody talking about, like, asking about, like, the challenges and pressures and stress of golf, and his response. And again, I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me, but it was like, yeah, Jesus went through XYZ PDQ. I don't have challenges. He had challenges. I don't have challenges. And why I say that is just an insight into the psychology of Scotty Scheffler, where if anybody could truly have the proper perspective and go out and shoot a great round today, it would be him, where most of us, I think, would be like, this is garbage. I'm completely distracted. I was in handcuffs earlier. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm this, I'm that, or whatever. Now, he might go out and shoot 8 over. I don't know. But Scotty Scheffler seems like the type of guy that's like, actually, I was incredibly calm. My thoughts and my prayers were with the man's family who passed away, but I consider myself incredibly lucky. I'm playing PGA golf today at a beautiful golf course and making a ton of money, whereas this person's family, their life has changed forever. So you're asking me, was I upset about being arrested and having my mugshot taken for an hour? No. Was it inconvenient? Sure. But there's bigger things like that would fit his persona. So it'll be interesting to see what he says and how he performs.
Yeah. And the most important thing is someone did lose a life.
That is the most important thing.
That's covered fully. And if there's anything that went awry there, again, Scheffler's not involved in that part of it. And I hope, Dave, this is a case of everybody just trying to do their job.
Right.
And sometimes that can get, not everybody is always on the same page. Communication is important. And for the most part, I bet in every tournament, Scotty Scheffler drives himself there, or they have a driver, but in this case, looks like he was driving. And, hey, we have a roadblock. This is where the caddies and the golfers and the media members can drive through. Well, you had rain, you had an incident.
That's right.
And maybe not every police officer was dialed in on this other protocol, or maybe they didn't have a protocol set.
Right.
And hey, no, this is what I normally do. Stop. And not heard. And then, it could go quickly as it sounded like it did. Now, no, there was no other damage over there, but I'm sure it'll all be explained out a little bit clearer, but it seems like the details are pretty thorough now.
I want to, in fact, Scheffler's I want to get to the Wolves, and at least a little bit of the Wolves and the Nuggets. We have a PGA update that we had set for 7:30 anyways, which I'm sure will be dominated by then. Scotty Scheffler should be through, I would say, probably around 2 holes on the course. Again, they have the countdown to his tee time, which just hit double zeros. He is playing with Harmon and Wyndham Clark today, as he did yesterday. But it is one of those perspective things. And I mean, it's such a weird thing because we're talking like there was a massive tragedy, and it was a tragedy that involved somebody nobody listening to this radio station knew. And then you're trying to couch that with the sports world and what's going on. And the fact that this is, we've lived a long time and sports have lived a lot longer than us. And as far as I know, this is an incredibly unique situation. I don't know that any golfer ever has ever teed off at a major championship, much less a PGA tournament, after being handcuffed and put in an orange jumpsuit and doing the whole perp walk thing. And this would be a big story. I mean, just the amount of things that had to line up for this. Like, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a big story if it wasn't Justin Rose. I don't know. Just pick an average these days golfer. I mean, Justin's a major champion. You know what I mean? Sahith Theegala, a newer, whatever. Pick a name. It's the world number one, who by all accounts is like one of the sweetest people, nicest people, most humble people in the world of sports. Like, one of the rare people that, like, both sides of the political aisle, all races, creeds, colors, religions. Like, I've never heard anyone, even on social media, say a bad thing about Scotty Scheffler. And in today's day and age, that's
impossible.
Yeah. So Scheffler up on the tee with a 3-wood. He is teeing off of the back 9, the 10th hole with his 3-wood. Should be a nice little layup for he. And he's playing his signature fade, hugging the right side, carrying the bunker, if you will. Same shot he played yesterday, and not the same result, though. He goes right in the bunker, and a very smiling tournament official holds up that Scotty Scheffler will have a quite the dramatic downhill lie in the rough, not the heavy,
and in the rain,
and in the rain too. So. An uncharacteristic opening tee shot for Scotty Scheffler. Not a disaster.
No.
But certainly he was in the fairway on that exact same shot yesterday. Played the fade a little bit too hard. We'll keep you up to date on what he's going to do. And by the way, if Scotty Scheffler doesn't have a great round, I think everyone would. And I think we're expecting him to not have a great round.
Yeah, I mean, golf is such a mental sport. It's like on to the next shot, focus, lock in, and maybe after he gets out of that first tee box, he might be able to just kind of settle down.
I'm very aware that a large portion or a decent portion of our audience is not diehard golf fans. So we're spending time on this as a sports story, not a tournament story. Forgive me, I have yet to even update the scores. Xander Schauffele will tee off at 11:30. A little after 11:30, he's in the lead at 9 under, 34, underneath him. Finau, Kim, Theegala, and Hubbard at 6 under. So he goes in with a 3-shot lead. Tom Kim, one of the tournament favorite people, is on hole 2. He again started the back 9. Rough start for Jon Rahm yesterday. Reports, I stress, that Jon Rahm in the warm-ups approached a number of PGA players that kind of cold-shouldered him, and that maybe that got in his head a little bit. Of course, Rahm going to the Live tournament, and not making a number of players happy, but
interesting.
We shall see. Colin Morikawa in 6th place at 5 under. He just completed his first hole, so we'll keep you up to date on all that. But let's get back to basketball with 3 for Madness coming up next. The Pacers, France. And we'll get your grade on the playoffs so far. It's Dave, Jason, and Chris. It's a Friday fun and games, crosstalk, and celebrity birthdays all coming up to wrap up the show. We'll be right back.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block.
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
This schedule release update is sponsored by Xfinity Odds Zone, providing you with a new way to watch live sports, allowing you to get odds from popular sportsbooks on the same screen as the big game.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Chew.
I know, right? No, you heard the schedule release update sounder there, and just a reminder, at 7:43, some little kinky dinks, if you will, with the schedule, including the New York Jets. That's already started.
Yeah, they're sounding off about that.
They are. We will get to that at 7:43. In the meantime, it's 3 for Madness. It's Christopher Laud. He's in a Manchester City kit. Have you worn the one I gave you yet?
When you gave it to me. It's a little big.
I purposely got it big, not as an insult to you, but everything I get over there, I get a little bit big because their sizes are smaller, but also everything. Like I got this and it's huge and it shrunk. It fits fine now, but it shrunk.
What size is it? Huge.
Well, I got this was a 3X, and now I'd say it's about a 2X. So I purposely got it a little big for you.
Yeah, it goes past my elbows.
Oh, damn it! All right, we'll do better.
I use it as a night shirt.
Oh, that's nice. Just cute little Man City undies underneath, little night shirt.
No, he's Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
How would you know, Jason?
Spies.
The Sacktown Sports Sleepovers.
Yes.
3 for Madness, question 1.
Will the Pacers see a Game 7?
Yeah, when they watch the T-Wolves Nuggets.
Oh my God. Somebody call an ambulance. That was a burn. Yeah. I think they will.
You do?
I do. Okay. I think they'll win the home game. I do. I think they'll win the home game, and I think it'll be a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden.
You know what? I think you're right.
How
about that? Yeah.
Now, wouldn't shock me if the Knicks went in there and won, but I think Indiana will respond.
By 45.
Yeah, seriously. How funny would that be?
The last 2 games in that series have been blowouts, 30+ each side.
Yeah, but when you're not playing 5-on-8, you stand a better chance. Huh? That was a rough joke.
It was.
Yeah, and by the way, we'll get to that with Minnesota. A little bit of PTSD. Just randomly watching the end of the Nuggets, Timberwolves. And they're going to an analysis afterwards. And hey, let's talk about the last time the Timberwolves were involved in the Game 7. Want to take a guess as to who that was against? And they show highlights from the whole game, including the end of the game. The Kings are down 3. I think it was 83-80, just to show you how that went back then. And there's like 3.2 seconds left. Peja gets an offensive rebound and tries to go up for the 2. And I remembered that I forgot back then going, what are you shooting? What are you doing? I mean, there was like 2.5 seconds left. And Peja on the rebound tried to get it. And it was blocked. And then it went out to Weber. And that Weber 3 descended to overtime. Could not have gone in and out more. Oh,
that's the one I always say. So where we were courtside on the broadcast, like the angle, I was on the perfect angle between Weber and the basket. Weber shot it. If I could like pause life and I go, that's in.
That's it.
In. It's right. It looked right in the center.
Absolutely.
It looked perfect. And obviously it didn't go in.
And if that had gone in, we would have won the title.
I agree.
Best record in the NBA that year, correct?
No.
Did we? No?
Well, they did have it at one point, and then Weber came back, and there was a lot of grief about that. But actually, Weber was really good in that series. Doug was really good in that series.
Yeah.
That other group, that kind of Peja and Brad, and
not a great series.
No, and the funny thing is, not funny. Had they won, it would have been conference finals, Kings and Lakers. And that was the Malone, Peyton, Shaq,
We
Kobe
would
group.
have smoked them, probably.
Okay, well, Detroit did.
So sad. Number 2.
Question 2.
Grade the playoffs so far.
See, there's been good stuff, but just not a lot of memorable stuff. Nothing where I'm like, oh my, it's like, what's the signature? Oh my God, Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler on his, I believe that's his third shot. Just a dart.
Put it into a range that I feel like I would make the putt. There's a chance I would miss. He will not.
Like, no joke. I would put the over-under out of 10. If you and I each had 10 attempts.
I've got my number in my head.
Okay.
I think, and I'm not
makes?
of what I would make.
Okay, what I would make from
I
that.
think from what it looked like.
I think we're going to be pretty close. All right, ready? What is your number?
My number is 8.
I put it at 7.5.
Okay, I was 7 or 8. Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Now I've missed that.
Yeah,
before,
so have I.
Also, if you're playing with people, they'd be like, "Oh, that's good. Nice shot, Dave. That's good."
That would be a
pick
gimme
that
if
up.
you're playing with a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. C.
Yeah, when you said signature moment, what is it? I feel like, is it Murray's half court shot at the end of the third quarter or into halftime? The one time where Harlan's up yelling in his, like, that was kind of cool. Is it? What is it?
I don't know.
I mean, there's been some good. Brunson's had some games and so on.
Edwards
But
had some great dunks. He had a block. I mean, I feel like, is there something in the first round we missed? I don't really know. There hasn't been I don't look back at these playoffs. So, I mean, honestly, if you want the signature moment, what do I remember the most out of this playoff so far? I remember Denver losing the first 2 at home. That's like the first thing I think of when I say, what's the drama in the playoffs? Jamal Murray throwing a heating pad? I don't.
Yeah.
It's a C.
I mean, Murray had a couple of game winners against the Lakers, but
yeah,
it feels like that was 10 months ago.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been okay.
I'm enjoying them.
Right. And maybe the best is yet to come.
Right.
Which is fine.
Probably
We're not even halfway through.
All right. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
France released its Olympic roster.
Yeah, they
which
did.
Includes Wemby and Gobert. Could they challenge the U.S.?
Wemby and Gobert, Fridays, TNT. That is a cop. Yeah.
That's a good cop, good cop.
Yes. Yeah, right. It's a good cop. Rudy, stop touching everything. Well, let's put it this way. Good luck driving on that team. Good luck working inside against you've got the top 2 defensive players in the game right now, arguably, that could share the floor. And you got Nicholas Batum, Evan Fournier, don't Google him, Usman Jang, Bilal Koulibaly, Killian Hayes, newcomer as well. And they took silver in Tokyo. They're going to play some tough warm-up matches, Turkey, Germany, Serbia, Canada, Australia. And they will be in Group B alongside Germany, Japan, and the winner of an upcoming qualifier. I think they're very much going to get out of group stage. I would say they're definitely one of those teams that if the U.S. gets challenged, that's who's going to challenge them.
Yeah. I mean, certainly one of those contenders. That'll be different. Team USA, I'm trying to think of their bigs. It's Embiid, right?
Yeah.
And then probably more of a perimeter-oriented team, which is fine. I mean, they're just stacked with great players. But
this is one of those things that's kind of lame. Because, well, actually, wait a minute. Jokic plays for Serbia, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. So he'll be.
If he's even playing.
Yeah, that's a great point. You've got Luka that'll be involved. Yeah, I you've got your Spains, you've got your this and that, whatever. I'm looking right now at the roster. Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Bam, Joel Embiid. Those are your bigs, which are,
and then Durant, 7-footer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or 6'11".
Tyrese Halliburton on the roster. Don't forget that, by the way, looking to get a gold medal. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we would be coming back early because I'm taking a break 3 minutes early, Jason Ross, and I just realized that. Wow. We've still got 3 minutes to go.
We could be early for a change.
We could.
Yeah. Scheffler did make that putt, by the way.
Did Scheffler make the putt? Okay, so he And he is sitting there and he is smiling and laughing, walking underneath an umbrella with one of his playing partners there. I think that's Harmon he's talking to. Yeah, thank you. He pars the first hole. And you know what? You never know the way it's going to go, but maybe that's one of those things where I just had to get the first hole out of the way, and now I'm locked in and I'm on the course. So
for his sake, I hope so.
I hope so too. And now all of a sudden, like I'm indifferent. You know, I'd be cool with Scotty winning, but also Xander Schauffele has never won a major. Tony Finau would be a wonderful name to win. Tigers on the course. I just want to make the cut. But I'm incredibly rooting for Scotty Scheffler. Like, I want Scotty to go out there and fire out like a 63, 64. Just because I think that'd be a really good story with everything that's happened today. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we will update you. We'll recap what happened with Scheffler this morning, where he's at right now. We'll look a little bit more at that Wolves-Nuggets Game 6 and what happened there, and so much more right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door, the comforts of a little bit of stratus clouds and also a delta breeze. We'll keep things in the 50s for the morning. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine ahead, highs in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet Arch Supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet Arch Supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Do you hear that? That's your air conditioner working overtime this summer. But it's not just the temperature that's rising, so is your electric bill. Stop paying sky-high rates for your electricity with a solar electric system from Aztec Solar. Finally, you can calculate your monthly savings when you go solar without sitting through a 2-hour in-home sales pitch. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much you'll save each month by going solar. Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners with solar pool heating, solar electricity, and backup energy storage. Going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. How much will your paycheck be? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Yourpowersavings.com. Looking for a deal today? Now you can own a solar electric system for just $99.95 cash offer after incentives. Act now. This offer expires soon. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Chris, the one thing Dave did not tell me, at least, I mean, you didn't either, about these biscuits and gravy. They're really good. They are filling.
They are good.
Yeah. It's tough to eat the whole thing. Plus the starts and stops. We can't really, mow it down.
Biscuits and gravy talk?
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy is like a one-day meal.
Yeah.
Once you have it, you're good for the rest of the day.
I may not even do a pre-nap
I'm feeling that full feeling.
I'm incredibly full.
And I've had...
That looks like dog food.
maybe one.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more than one. I don't know.
Chris paid me a really nice compliment, which is the first time I've ever said that in almost 20 years of working with him. He said, it is the best biscuits and gravy he has ever had on the radio.
That is nice.
Yeah.
I will say the same thing.
Wow, guys.
I would say that, Jason, these are the best biscuits and gravies you've ever had.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So,
but also at the same time, the worst biscuits and gravy you've ever had.
That's true. It is the worst biscuit. It's technically.
Well, Chris, are these the worst you've ever had on the radio?
No. Oh, I guess so. No, I probably had.
You think you've had biscuits?
Yeah, because Dave, when you had that midday show for a bit that I was on.
That's right. I forgot about that. Dan Patrick.
You would occasionally go to Denny's and then you would be like, oh, you want something? I'll bring you back something.
That's true. That's right. Oh, and that's right. And I used to get the biscuits and gravy there a lot. I remember that. I think it was like $1.99.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was $1.99.
So these are not the worst biscuits and gravy I've had on the radio.
And let me just say this, and I hate when my daughter does this. She'll show me a picture she drew, and then she makes a bunch of excuses and apologizes for it. I would say this. Also, having to cook in here, I could do better.
Oh, 100%.
I could do.
No, 100%. Like if you're at your house with everything that you want.
Right. Like this was kind of
in your comfort zone.
Yes. Like there was.
Did you try your best?
I did my best.
Did you have fun?
And I had fun.
Okay.
And honestly, I like Friday. You know what? Honestly, guys, Food Friday.
Yeah.
I kind of like Food Friday. Get a waffle maker. Maybe get a this place only egg thinger.
Yep.
You got
chilaquiles one morning.
That's
happening.
Doable, but difficult. But now that we have the hot plate, you scramble some eggs up. That's not a problem.
KHT Kitchen.
A KHT Kitchen. I love that. Also, just to kind of prove that we're not the only show that is just absolutely off the rails at time. Dan Lebitard has a podcast. You know the story?
Yes.
Apparently, before Game 5, there was a key in the locker room in the Knicks locker room that really motivated them, and I'll let Dan take a good portion of this segment.
We have now reached out to 5 Knicks beat writers about the motivational fart that won Game 5. Christian Winfield of the Daily News tells us exclusively that the farter, quote, could be a rotation player. We have Steve Popper of Newsday telling us simply, you'll have to check with Fred. And now we're reaching out to the Knicks for official comment, but now we have found Fred Katz, and Fred Katz is of The Athletic. On Saturdays, he hosts the Knicks podcast, Katz and Shoot, twice a week, and he broke this story. Thank you. Thank you very much. Get us a little closer to the truth, Fred. I'm wasting a lot of money and time investigating your big story.
And graphics. All right, here's what I'll tell you then. As a reporter, and you know this, you go in the locker room and there is a certain elements
Smell.
of that's true as well. Honestly, there was none. It was very loud, and that was
Silent
about
but
it.
violent.
No, the opposite. It was loud but proud. Is really what it was.
But also not. You're saying no smell. It was just audio.
It was purely audio. As a matter of fact, when it happened, it strung along for, I would say, a lot longer than one might expect for a fart of that volume and in that context.
Well, you reported it was epic. Okay, I don't know how you arrived. You okay?
Could this have been a squeaky door?
For length and for volume is exactly why. And a few players looked over. It actually didn't get a reaction audibly at all. It got pure silence and a look over to that one player, and that one player looked around as if he was being inconspicuous and said with a completely straight face, "Something's up with the pipes in here."
No,
and that got the huge laugh.
No, okay, so it wasn't the fart. Wait a minute. All right, so we are now getting now we're getting more important details. It was not the fart that cut the tension. It was the lie. And it was
the lie.
Fartgate.
It's good to see that like professional basketball team.
Go ahead.
Professional basketball team locker rooms are literally the same as when you were a kid in high school.
Yeah, I like that Chris really laughed at the pipe joke.
It's such like a dad thing to do. Like, who stepped on that frog?
Yeah. The duck lifting weights.
Well, we should have that. What are all the euphemisms?
Yeah.
Was that a barking spider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone landing a 747 in there.
My daughter came to me last night. Said, "Daddy," and she's getting better at this. And I'm obviously a huge Star Wars fan. And she goes, "Daddy, I found out at school today that Yoda has a last name." And but she was serious. I'm like thinking, did they ever I read the books? No, I'm kind of a Star Wars nerd. I don't remember there ever being a last name for Yoda. And I go, Yoda has a last. What is Yoda's last name? And she goes, Leahy-Hoo.
Did you go forward?
Did I go forward?
Did you say it?
Did I say
the full thing together?
No. She just she said it, and it took me a second because I had to put it together. Yeah. And I'm like, Yoda. She got me.
Yeah,
with technically a dad joke from a little kid.
Well done.
Well, absolutely well done. Let's give you a quick update here. Hey, Scotty Scheffler's moved up to 6th place.
Wow.
He is now 5 under. He is 4 off the pace. And when I say moved up, I mean he's just even so far. If you're just joining us, I don't want to keep recapping because it's a long recap, but I guess I could just say, hey, if you're just joining us, Scotty Scheffler was arrested this morning, booked, mugshotted, and
now he's playing golf.
And now he's playing golf. That is the entire story, apparently.
Now guess the rest.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll keep you up to date on that as Tom Kim is 1 under on the day. He has moved into that log jam, that 4-person log jam at 6 under with Tony Finau and Sahith Theegala. Amongst others. Colin Morikawa is even through 3. He is tied for 6 along with Scheffler, who, by the way, shot a 5 under 67 yesterday. Scheffler and Rory McIlroy, amongst others, tied at 5 under. Brooks Koepka, defending champion, is at 4 under. He shot a 67 after a bit of a shaky start, so he is in position. He always seems to do well in the PGA championships, and I believe Tiger Woods finished at +1, if I am correct, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Tiger Woods shot a +172. Oh, okay, it's par 71, excuse me. And the projected cut as of right now is even, but sounds like that might move up to 1 under with the conditions, which I imagine are also lift clean in place, but I can't hear, so I don't know that for sure. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, let's get into that NFL scheduling update that we promised you before we get into the second half of the program, including the New York Jets. The New York Jets have quite the scheduling, I wouldn't say hurdle, but it's a little unique what they're doing. It just kind of goes to underline, Jason, that one of the many, many reasons to be excited about the upcoming season, which we are still, what are we at? Let's see, end of May, June, July.
We got a ways, but it'll go fast. Will it? Won't it?
No.
Maybe? Please?
I just want to please move the NBA to Christmas Day. Just please do it.
All.
And please take advantage of Hoblet's massive sales going right now for Memorial Day as we lead up to that holiday. Forgot to mention, by the way, your birthday yesterday. And by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And today's getaway day for you.
True.
You're abandoning us.
Yeah.
Abandoning us next week. You'll be in Oregon.
I will be.
You'll be
one of your favorite places.
Yeah, one of my favorite places on earth. You will be abandoned dunes, slapping it around.
And golf.
Right. Quick update before I get back to my friends at Hoblet. Chris, what percentage of the biscuits and gravy plate have you gotten through?
100.
Wow.
What
just happened? He finished it off.
Well, maybe because we were talking, he was able to just
That's
go,
true. He could work it down a little bit quicker than we could.
Wow. It was hard.
It was a lifesaver today. I was starving.
Good for you, man. Is that... I feel like uncomfortably full right now, and I think we got through a full biscuit.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can get a full biscuit up at Hoblet right now, and discounts galore for Memorial Day. Why is Hoblet so popular? Why is Hoblet the number 3 Ram truck dealer in the whole country, number 1 in California? Because they are family owned, they are family operated, and they absolutely care about you after you drive off the lot. With the Memorial Day savings they have going on right now, the Scat Packs, the vehicles that are going out of stock, the Rams, so much more. It's Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. That's a lot of selection there, along with their used cars, one of which I bought. The Tesla I drive, I got at Hoblet. That is a very true story. So check out their used inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. The Jets and a scheduling quirk. We'll get to it next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block.
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPFest.com. That's CITPFest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Carmichael Dave here. You know Memorial Day's right around the corner. That means outdoor parties, barbecues, and family gatherings. Now my friends at Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside the new Amy hardware store in the Eldorado Town Center, they're bursting with beautiful, comfortable outdoor furniture. Now, through Memorial Day, they're going to pay the sales tax on all in-stock patio furniture. We're talking great brands like Kettler, deep seating sets, Jensen Outdoor, indestructible Polywood Adirondack chairs, and umbrellas. Now, you all know Amy's. It's your barbecue headquarters, and this year they have two of the newest, hottest brands, those beefy Rectech grills and affordable Napoleon grills. And of course, they still carry the great brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. The sales tax is on them now through Memorial Day on all in-stock patio furniture. Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Sounds like we might get a visit from Crumble Chris today.
Is that right?
For celebrity birthdays. You can have him do the live read. The 1-800-920-1140. Well, nobody knows more about Crumble than Chris.
Yeah.
Good morning, Steven.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Are you?
I'm on light rail, so
Are
I'm
you backing
on my way
up?
to work.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, but apparently when I was on with Whitey yesterday, it sounded like I was in a goat farm. So I mean, there's that.
Sound like you were at a goat farm?
Anyway, a goat farm. Yeah, it was.
It's like Tom Brady, LeBron, MJ. Wow. Also, breaking news.
Oh, yeah.
Steven cheats on us. Huh. Okay.
Oh.
Huh.
I mean.
What?
Huh.
Talk your way out of it now, pal.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the Dwight Clark Legacy Series yesterday. What did you do last night?
Burn, Dave.
I made dinner.
Burn. Call an ambulance.
Yeah. Call a ambulance.
Anyway, just call the land. Dude, I just wanted to share that with you guys, man. I've never gone to anything like that before ever in my life. Okay. Come on, train.
Yeah, please tell us more about the legacy of Dwight Clark with light rail sounds in the background.
Dude, I know. I'm loving it right now. Absolutely loving it. So it makes for great radio, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it was just really good. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was almost an hour late, but I showed up just in time for the 5-panel interview with Steve Young, Alex Smith, Jeff Garcia, and Brock Purdy with the legendary Matt Mayoko, and it was just really awesome. And a weird stat, man. Alex Smith being the number 1 pick overall, and then Brock Purdy being Mr. Irrelevant. I thought that was a very nice little shindig, nice little presentation up there. They talked for about an hour and shared great stories. Jeff Garcia, man, that boy can talk. That man has a mouth on him, and it was just really great. It was entertaining. I got the tickets for you guys in the afternoon show, so big shout out to Sporty 1140, man, and I really appreciate you guys. So I just wanted to call and just share how awesome that event actually was. So thank you guys.
No, thank you. And have fun when you're on with Whitey and Kyle. Did we lose him? Oh, we lost him. Okay. Oh. Do you think he's thinking about us when he's on with them?
Clearly.
The New York Jets. I'm I'm obviously joking.
Are you?
90% of me is. Weirdly, like 10%.
The 10%'s coming out, though.
A little bit, right? I mean, I hugged him.
You did.
Times.
Yeah,
Whitey,
multiple. You really liked him a lot. But right now, do you regret? Does the 10% of you regret it?
Just saying, you know what? I go out in public.
They weren't there.
They weren't there at all.
Yeah.
I go out in public. Yeah, exactly. We're out there supporting the station. Where were they?
The fastest growing show. We were there for them.
We were there for them. Where were they? Not.
Yeah.
Not. Hanging out. Open up my heart just a little bit, only to get it crushed. The Jets are on prime time. A record amount of times.
That makes sense.
Over the first 3 months.
It was fun watching them in the playoffs last year, wasn't it?
They weren't in the playoffs, Jason.
Oh, call the ambulance back.
Then why are they on national TV so
Well,
much?
I'll give you a hint. All right. 2 words. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback.
That's 4 words.
Damn it. Yeah, 6 night games in the first 11 weeks, the most for any team since the 1970 merger. Hold on a second.
Jets don't fly at night.
Wait, what? Okay. Also, I don't think there were any night games before 1970 either. So it's got it. Why don't you just say the most?
Just got lights in the 2000s.
Right. Like, were they playing by candle? Like, just say it's the most night games ever. The networks went big. But here's what's funny. Last year, they were scheduled for 5 primetime games. They're stepping it up. And Mike North is the NFL's VP of broadcast planning. I want that job, by the way. And this is an interesting quote. When we had this conversation last year, we were all in on the Jets, and for that guy to last 4 plays was disheartening for many of us. I feel like we can run it back, and certainly our broadcast partners, when they came to us early in the process, talking about what storylines they want to focus on early in the season. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers' return was a key one for everybody. It's an awful lot of primetime games early in the season, but obviously I feel like the Jets kind of owe us one. That's a pretty blunt statement coming from an official. Netflix, of course, doing Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Texans on Christmas Day. And apparently there was a thought process where maybe they go like the playoffs where it's like 3 p.m. and 6:30. But because of Netflix's feedback internationally for Christmas Day, they decided to go 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m., which I'm pretty sure is Eastern. So that would be 11 and 1. What else? Couple of interesting quirks here too, Jason. The Steelers and the Bears don't begin divisional play until week 11.
Really?
They don't have a divisional game.
Is that what they finish with all the rest of the way?
They finish with 6 of their final. Well, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. It says 6 of their final 8 games. Oh, 19-8. Is there 2? What? Look, it literally says they don't. Oh, because they play on week 11. So 11. There we go. There's the math. Okay. Finishing the schedule with 6 of their final 8 games against AFC North and NFC North teams, respectively, was not intentional, though. North compared it to a college basketball schedule with the non-conference first. Said it wasn't intentional, though, but also wasn't necessarily something we looked at and thought was unfair. One variable, a lot of internet conspiracies here that the Chiefs have a game scheduled against the Buffalo Bills in the middle of the season in Buffalo, and Taylor Swift happens to be playing in Toronto, like right there.
We got that again,
but apparently that was. Before we go to break, can I ask you, because this got me thinking. I mean, first off, those are some interesting little quirks. What if the NFL went college style?
In what way? What do you mean?
Just like that. What
like
if you
non-league and
you get all your non-conference out of the way, non-division. You get all that out of the way, and then weeks 11 on up. And I don't know if this would work mathematically. I don't know if there's other issues there, but then week 11 through the end of the year is all conference games.
Which would be 6, right?
Yeah.
Home and road with like the Niners, Seahawks, Rams.
Yep. So
Cardinals.
you're keeping everybody fairly close to home, you would think, geographically for the last part of the season. And they all the non-conference out of the way. And then I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here on the fly.
Yeah.
That then you got added interest in those last few, because literally nobody has a divisional record at that point.
I mean, for the one sport that I don't think it's broken at all. Scheduling, right. I don't think they need. But if that's felt to make it better, I don't know that it needs to be done. I mean, you could also. I think you could play any team, anytime, and NFL is interesting.
I would say this, and this is just, there's no way I could back this up at all, but let's just say for funsies, the NFL redid their schedule, and they went that exact thing, and they did nothing but divisional games from week 11 on. I'll bet you their ratings would dominate. They'd have really good ratings.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. I was just calling because I don't know if you guys saw this, but what do you think of the Niners having 4 games against opponents that are coming directly off the bye. And not only that, I was also reading that, if I recall correctly, it was something like the last 21 years we've had one of the largest, over that time span, we've had one of the largest rest disadvantages against our opponents.
Well, thank you. One of the things you'll find, like every year they come out with mileage lists. What team flies the most? And it's almost always Seattle.
Yeah.
Some of that's just geographical. Right. The Niners are always going to be up there when it comes to miles flown because they're on a coast. Whereas the Midwestern teams like Kansas City is never going to be on there. Dallas is never going to be on there. I saw that we talked about this yesterday, the 4 buys. Getting a team coming off a bye generally is a disadvantage, but we also talked about how really kind of favorable the schedule is, how the bye is right there in the middle. Geographically, not too crazy. Like even them going to Miami, they're coming off of a long week, a Thursday nighter, right. 2 weeks before. I'm fine with that. I as a Niner fan, I just don't have any complaints. I mean, there's some tough games on there, but guess what? They're supposed to be a top 2 toughest team in the NFL.
Right.
So
they got the number 1 schedule for a reason. I don't think their division is incredibly difficult, so they got some advantages there. But other than that, yeah, they got the Chiefs. They got to play them all. That's fine. They should be able to be just fine with all that.
When we come back, what's left in the NBA playoffs? Who's where doing what, and who's coming out of the West? Jason Ross. We'll ask that question and break it down next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door, the comforts of a little bit of stratus clouds and also a delta breeze. We'll keep things in the 50s for the morning. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine ahead, highs in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Your water heater, old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
This report is sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone. Fans can personalize their live sports viewing experience by watching multiple games at once and easily finding their favorite team and stats.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Down the best golfer in the sport.
Oh, you got to have fun with it because it's so darned surreal, if you will. Xander Schauffele teeing off in about 3.5 hours, and he has a 3-shot lead currently over 5 guys, including Colin Morikawa and Tony Finau, 6 under. We'll give you more updates on what happened today. By the way, Chris, you'll be interested in this. The Championship League semifinals today continued, second leg. Leeds United, unfortunately, hate Leeds. They thrashed Norwich 4-0.
You're a Kings fan. Of course you hate Leeds.
Well, Leeds are, why is that?
Leeds.
Oh, wow. Leeds, which, by the way, where you were going is, or where I thought you were going, because they're owned by the 49ers, weirdly enough. Leeds United is. Parag Marathe is the chairman over there. But this was the scene after the match. They still have one more to go before being promoted to the Premier League. But this was the scene, Chris. I thought you'd enjoy this. And by enjoy this, I meant I thought you might enjoy the sound that I will play once I unmute this. And here we go. Yes, I predict a riot. They've been singing that song all year long, and you had an entire stadium. And I say this once again, why can't we do that here? Not the predict a riot part.
Right. Have a song and anthem?
Yes. Why can
I think of all markets,
this one could do it.
We're the one.
This one, before I leave this plane, not but die. I want to see I want to see Golden One Center breaking out in song in the middle of the Kings game.
Ironically, I could see the Clippers pulling something off like that because they have that wall that they're going to have.
Yes, and what scares me is that somebody else doing it before we do. You only get one chance to be the first, and
then everyone's copying you.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So I don't want to push it. I mean, we had good success with the Montes Sabonis song, but
the beam is great,
right? We need a song. We need a song, and we need buy-in too.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the buy-in would be that hard. I think once you kind of get started, and if it's a celebratory song, like, let's go.
It's got to be right.
I really like it in game, though, like you said, like to start the fourth quarter or something like that.
The only issue with the start of the fourth quarter, though, is what if you're down 18 or something? You still do it?
Well, if it's I'm trying to think. I'm assuming I've only been to now maybe 2-3 games at Fenway, and every time they do Sweet Caroline,
right.
But I think they have always been ahead now that I think about it, but I'm sure they do it if they're not.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe that propels them to a victory.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe get rid of that song altogether.
Well, that song, yeah. But the point is that they've got something, right? The question is, what song would it be?
Mark wants us to bring back Jack Cooley on the YouTube chat.
And have him sing?
He's having a fine career in Okinawa.
All right, good for him.
All right, no songs in the Celtics, Pacers, Knicks, and those worlds.
Yeah.
The Celtics are kicking back.
Just kicking it.
Let me ask you this: if you're Joe maybe if you're not Mazzulla because he's not as established, but if you're the coach of the Celtics and you have like 3, 4, 5 days, do you tell your players after they win Game 5, like, you know what, I don't want to see you for 2 days. Go to Cabo, not Cabo, but go somewhere, do something, relax, or do you want to keep the momentum going?
Yeah, I mean, I would think maybe there's less of a. Maybe there's a day off and then another day it's like, hey, get in here, maybe get some shots up and lift some weights or something. And then back to practice. Cause it feels like it's a little bit of a rhythm sport to me that you don't want to be gone too long, and not that they will be, but the rest is coming. And for them, they hope it's still, 2 rounds away.
Well, they're waiting on the Pacers Knicks, and this is the knockout drag-out series.
Yeah.
The Knicks are favored to move on. They have home court advantage still. We'll see tonight. The Caitlin Clark delay. By the way, Caitlin Clark's home debut.
A little rough, huh?
Yeah, it's funny to see look, I don't profess to be anything near okay, so there's experts, there's fans, there's viewers. I would consider myself one rung below. I'm a WNBA observer.
Mm-hmm.
I am WNBA curious, I think is how I would put it. But even I know when I'm seeing some of these, there was a guy ranting last night that got some traction. And I weirdly understand where he was coming from, but he just said it in the stupidest, most ignorant guy way. That was criticizing the WNBA schedule makers for having, I think it's the first 4 games Indiana plays being against 4 of the toughest teams in the WNBA. And his point was, I'm the fan you want. I'm coming off the momentum of her in college. You had the advantage of having her playing basically less than a couple months after her last college game. You should have scheduled her against lesser teams that aren't going to clamp her down because I'm losing interest. I want to see her do well. Now, from a pure black and white logic standpoint, I understand where he's coming from. He's not wrong, by the way, when you got somebody so built up and you have this crazy momentum, whether it's Caitlin Clark, whether it's Jeremy Lin, whether it's Paul Skeens of the Pirates, whatever. You want to see them succeed because if they hit a brick wall, then it's like, oh, okay, well, that was just college. I'm moving on. But the context is key in everything, which is like, hey, guy, I I know you and a lot of other people who've never watched the WNBA, and this is the first you've ever watched women's basketball. You might have underestimated how much better the WNBA is than college. And just like any other sport, 99.9% of the time, the best prospect goes to the worst team or a bad team. And that's how it happens. They get their asses kicked all year long while they try to build something and adjust. And that's what's going on. Caitlin Clark is no different than Victor Wembanyama or Blake Griffin or whomever in that situation.
Yeah, and even I remember early this year, Victor Wembanyama, I know his first game got a ton of attention. I think it was maybe about his fourth or fifth game. He had a couple of rough games in a row, and people are already going, well, see, it's tough to get in this league. These are grown men. He's going through some rookie, bumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so will she. And I think that's the kind of things where some people took it the wrong way when Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi on the national telecast, or they had that separate cast. And I know she was interviewed later with Scott Van Pelt, and a lot of people took just the clip at the end. But Diana Taurasi was incredibly complimentary. But then she also said, look, she's got something coming her way. And it's basically people like Diana Taurasi, and, well, Sue Bird's not playing anymore, but they've been playing professionally for years.
Right.
She's great.
Yes.
She's going to be great, but she's going through, these are pros already, and
you got to learn.
And the first game, 10 turnovers. Okay, not completely stunning. Yesterday, it was tough to score for her. And then there'll be a game coming up. Oh, wow, Caitlin Clark went for 28. Yeah, I believe that'll happen too. Like, if you're talented, you're going to break through. It's just you got to go through this next layer, and it's almost like she's a freshman.
I
mean, basically, it is what she is, right? And she's just starting with the very best players, and if you're talented, you'll figure it out.
New York Liberty was in the WNBA finals last year against the Las Vegas Aces. They played Indiana, who's now 0-2, 102-66.
Yeah, Indiana also had the first pick for a reason. They had the worst record last year.
That's exactly right. Caitlin Clark in 30 minutes was 2 of 8, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Made all 4 of her free throws, had 9.7 boards, 6 assists, which, by the way, other than the shooting numbers, not bad for a rookie in her second game. But let's see, where are we at? We have just a minute left. Chris was nice enough to send us the official police report from Detective Gillis.
Dobie?
I mean, could this get any? Of course, his name's Detective Gillis. Okay, we'll read that for you coming up when we get back. We'll read you the detective's report on Scotty Scheffler and what he did. Also, big offseason for the Sacramento Kings. Malik Monk is the number one priority according to anyone close to the situation. So let's take a check-in on his chances of staying and things that haven't developed. We'll do all that right after this short break.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
So toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340. McCaffrey midfield. McCaffrey 40, 30, 20, and toasted all the way down to the 3-yard line on the first play of the game. CMC Dynamite!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Okay, it's here. Everyone stay calm. It's Kohl's lowest prices of the season. And when I say low, I mean low. I got my kids jumping beans tees for $3.99. Treated myself to some cute tees and tank tops under $5. And got great finds for our patio, 50% off. Plus, I earned Kohl's cash on all of it. Sounds too good to be true? Well, I guess you'll have to go to Kohl's and find out for yourself. Select styles. Offers in May 15th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Carmichael Dave.
Has very good
sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, your Scotty Scheffler police report, something I never thought I'd say. Charge 1, second-degree assault of a police officer. Charge 2, criminal mischief, third degree. Charge 3, reckless driving. Charge 4, disregard signals from officers directing traffic. Hello, Biscuits gravy. Here's the report. Detective Gillis was directing traffic into Gate 1 of the Valhalla Golf Course due to the road being closed in both directions from an earlier fatal collision. The listed subject, that's Scotty Scheffler, was driving eastbound to gain access to the course. Subject pulled into the westbound lanes where outbound traffic was flowing and to avoid backup traffic. Detective Gillis was in the middle of the westbound lanes in full Louisville Police Department uniform and a high-visibility yellow reflective rain jacket. Detective Gillis stopped the subject and attempted to give instructions. The subject refused to comply and accelerated forward, dragging Detective Gillis to the ground. Detective Gillis suffered pain, swelling, and abrasions to his left wrist and knee. He was transported to the hospital for further medical treatment by emergency medical personnel. Detective Gillis's uniform pants, valued at approximately $80, were damaged beyond repair.
Okay.
Now it's a
he said.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, God, that sounds incredibly not believable. Like we're being asked to believe that the officer was like, sir, you're gonna have to derp. And world number 1 golfer and super nice guy Scotty Scheffler was like, suck it, copper.
Yeah.
And just drove away, dragging the cop along his car with him for reasons. Because he knew he'd get away with it.
Forcing the officer to have a trip to the hospital and his uniform not repairable. Interesting. Well, maybe.
I mean, look,
we'll get more details.
And you want to be fair to the officer.
I'm not trying this in court.
Yeah, that's right. You want to be look. Maybe he did.
Maybe,
but this really is starting to remind me of a scene. I don't know if you remember the movie The Fugitive.
Of course,
with Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes.
He
was really good in it.
See down there and take movement. Right. Come on, no, it's time to go to work.
Here we go.
The bus rolled over several times before it settled at the bottom of the hill here. I don't know if I passed out or what, but when I looked up, the train was bearing down on us fast. I don't know how. It's still kind of hazy, but somehow I grabbed him and I pushed him out of the bus. You're a brave man. You could.
The guy talking. That's what Detective Gillis.
That's one of the local detectives.
Yeah.
Both been killed. Yeah, I know. But yeah, he's my partner. He would have done the same for me.
Excuse me, Sheriff. I'm Deputy United States Marshal Samuel Gerard. I'd like to talk to you.
I'll be with you in just a minute.
Okay.
One more time, just for the record. These 3 are dead. Yeah. And this one. Well, everything happened so fast. No, I don't think he made it. Well, looks like you came a long way for nothing.
With all due respect, Sheriff Rollins, I'd like to recommend checkpoints on a 15-mile radius at I-57, I-24, and over here on Route 13 east of Chester.
Whoa, wait a minute. The prisoners are all dead. And the only thing checkpoints are going to do is get a lot of good people frantic around here and flood my office with calls.
Well, shit.
God dang it, Tommy Lee. Right when he got to the good part where he basically turned on he found the leg irons that had gotten opened up.
Explain yourself to this.
The point, it sounds like, again, let's be irresponsible.
Searching for the one-armed man.
You switched the samples.
First,
and you doctored your research.
So you could have
Provasic.
You could have Provasic?
Dr. Richard Kimball.
My good friend, Dr. Richard Kimball.
That's exactly what he sounds like, too. I like how it gets more and more. I don't even know. Dr. Richard Kimball. What? I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Love that movie.
One of the best movies.
Very
really
rewatchable.
Very incredibly.
I rewatch it all the time when it's on.
Same.
Yeah.
Throw that on TNT, TBS.
I saw it within the last 2 weeks, I think.
Really?
About 2 weeks ago.
I have not seen it.
Can you believe that? The movie buff hasn't seen it.
What?
He knows that line from John Mulaney.
I know that, like, I used to work with Kyle, who's seen Kyle actually 3 weeks ago texted me, I'm finally getting down to Shawshank Redemption. But you've seen a bunch of stuff. You haven't seen The Fugitive?
Uh-uh.
I don't know what to do about that. I can't just bring in a hot plate and have you watch it.
We could.
How do we rectify that, Chris? Can I make that a gift? Can I if I Venmo you $3.99, will you Amazon it? I don't know how else I could do it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I guess so.
For you.
I did watch all 3 Beverly Hills Cops because you guys told me to.
I'm just saying, dude, The Fugitive
3 is still my favorite.
I want to overbill. Yeah, it's just so bad. You really think that, don't you, though?
No, it's my favorite. I'm not saying it's the better one. I think they're all...
Is it ironically your favorite because it's so not great?
I mean, that's how I knew who Axel Foley was. Because that was the first one I saw.
You saw Beverly Hills Cop 3 first?
Yes.
Have you seen The Godfathers? I know we've had this conversation before, but I don't remember. You haven't seen any of The Godfathers?
I watched the first... I think we talked about it. I saw the first 20 minutes. It's like, geez.
Please do not watch The Godfather 3 first. Malik Monk. Malik Monk is the number one priority for our Sacramento Kings.
Should be, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Although it would be kind of funny if behind the scenes they never had any intention of re-signing it.
Oh man.
We just did. They have other ideas.
Not that funny. If that came out,
well,
people would be
that's
that
true.
happy.
I don't think they'd be happy at all.
Yeah. Like if Malik signed somewhere else in his camp, they never talked to us.
He was like, "Yeah, we would."
I tried to golf with them. I made a video with Davion, and just like I was really trying.
I was really doing my best. I actually told them I would take less money.
Yeah, and they just didn't want me.
They didn't return my phone call.
Yes, new phone. Who dis?
Oh, who dis? I flip-flop so much on this. Some of me, the problem with predicting whether or not Malik Monk will stay is it's completely out of our hands, the Kings' hands, and in a weird way, Malik's hands. What I mean by that is this. I don't know what other teams are going to offer him. I do believe that if a Philly or an Orlando or a Cleveland or a OKC or a whoever that's going to perhaps have space, I do believe if they offer him significantly more than the whatever it is, 4 years 78 or 2 years 39 that the Kings can offer, I think he'll take it.
Okay, trying this from a different angle, is there a way the Kings could show enough interest and want to be interested, but maybe not truly want to sign him for a long term? I don't know why they wouldn't, but I mean, what's the sweet spot of the Kings offer? Malik's group's got to know they're serious.
Yes.
I don't know what makes more sense for the Kings to offer in a sense, because they could just do a shorter deal and then get into bird rights and then say, hey, next, like kind of the bet on yourself thing. Sure. But you also want to be true to Malik and say, look, I still, I don't want you to feel like you're being shortchanged for a year when I know that those other teams can offer you more. That's kind of the angle. What are the Kings' approach here on what their offer is?
Well, the max they can offer, I believe, is 4 years 78.
Yeah,
I believe they can also offer 8.
But in a year later, he can get more. Correct.
Your opt out would be after 2, I believe.
Okay.
In a 2-year deal, which is, I don't think. First off, I don't think Malik Monk's signing a 4 year 78. Yeah. I think we can move that right off the table. I think the options for Malik Monk when it comes to the Kings would be either a 1-year deal straight up, or more likely a 2-year deal for the max they can give him, which I believe is somewhere in the neighborhood of $39 million for both years combined, with a 1-year opt-out. Now, not to get too, nerdy here, but if they do that, let's say, okay, Jason, 2 years, $39 million with a 1-year opt-out, then the idea would be Malik goes out, has, same old great year, opts out of his contract, and then what happens is, because they signed Malik Monk with what's called I believe it's the mid-level exception, they only have what's called his early bird rights. They don't have his full bird rights. So they're limited on what they can give him, which is really stupid that other teams can give him more than the team that owns him, but it's just part of the rules. If he were to sign the 2-year deal with the 1-year opt-out and then opt out, now all of a sudden the Kings can give him a ton of money, more money than he's going to get from anyone else. But in order to do that, it's a lot of trust and it's a lot of wink, wink, nod, nod, because the Kings obviously can't promise him that. Malik Monk could go out next year, God forbid, and have a career-ending injury. I mean, there's just things he's got to think about.
Sure.
He could have his knee destroyed and never be the same. And if you're the Kings, then do you sign somebody you know is damaged goods because they took a chance on you? It's show business. It's not show friends. So I'm saying probably not. So he's effectively almost certainly going to have to take a leap of faith with Sacramento if he wants to stay here and bet on himself as well. Now, you could respond to that and say, well, the Kings kind of took a leap of faith on him when they signed him. He wasn't that tremendous, but I think we also underrate his final year in LA. They got him on a 2-year, $18 million deal, so $9 million a year. And his final year in LA, Jason, he shot 47% from the field, 39% from beyond the arc. He had 13.8 points, 3 assists, and 3.4 rebounds. With the exception of about 1.5 points a game, that's almost the exact same numbers he had last year.
Yeah,
with better efficiency.
And I could have this wrong, but I thought I read, couldn't the Kings have avoided this if they had signed him to a 3-year deal initially? But part of that concern probably was based on what you said. Like, he hadn't had this most amazing track record, so probably 2-18 felt right. Felt like the nice sweet spot for Malik getting more money and some security. And hey, if this doesn't work, we're not hamstrung, but
But that could have also come from Monk's team of the Kings could have offered 3 and said, like, no, we'll do 2 because we're going to prove ourselves.
I don't know the answer to that. And by the way, I reached back out, speaking of, just so you know, I reached back out to the Kings about Monty coming on, because we were told it would be just wait a few weeks. They've responded by saying they'd like to have Monty join the show when they have some new news to share. So let's circle up when we're further into the offseason.
Okay.
Not really.
Yeah.
Be honest with you. It's not okay. We have him on every year since he's been here, right after the season ends, give or take a couple of days, just to kind of recap. So now I'm assuming this would be after the draft. And if we're right after the draft, I don't know.
Free agency right after
that. I don't know how, when we have,
then it'll be break time's off.
That's right. And I don't know, by having him on after the draft, that kind of takes away I'm not going to want to talk to him about last year that much. Right. Nobody's going to want to hear that. They're going to, usually when we have him on right after the season, it's a season recap. And then and by the way, this isn't a Monty, Monty has never said no. And by the way, and I'm not taking shots at Kings media relations either necessarily. It's just unfortunate. I just want our listeners to know that we've reached out multiple times. And for some reason this year, unlike every other year with Monty and every year with Vlade, as a matter of fact, we would always have Vlade on at the very end of the year. We did what we could, but it doesn't appear we will get Monty on until at least after the NBA draft. We will take a break. When we return, number 2 big Kings offseason topic, Mike Brown, will resolve itself hopefully this summer. We'll talk about what he's looking for, what the latest reports are, and whether he'll come back. By the way, Jason, when you're gone, does that mean you don't do the 8 to 10 a.m.? So that
I'm gone.
Oh man, that's terrible. Are you gonna do? No,
I don't know how much you're gonna want from me.
That's actually that's a really great point. 9 a.m. Vince McMahon, what's going on?
Horror movies.
Man City. Are they going to go for 6? I don't know.
Morrissey.
We'll take a break. Mike Brown next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door, the comforts of a little bit of stratus clouds and also a delta breeze. We'll keep things in the 50s for the morning. For the afternoon, plenty of sunshine ahead, highs in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia. Low interest rates, low payments, and zero down deals with approval of credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interest first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Bradley Gilbert, Dustin Letts, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CITPfest.com. Or take your chances at the gate. Brought to you by Junior Restaurant and Lounge, Gurnick Academy, and Fieldhouse American Sports Pub.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
This schedule release update is sponsored by Xfinity Odds Zone, providing you with a new way to watch live sports, allowing you to get odds from popular sportsbooks on the same screen as the big game. This report is sponsored by Xfinity Sports Zone. Fans can personalize their live sports viewing experience by watching multiple games at once and easily finding their favorite team and stats.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Just to give you a very, very quick PGA Championship update. Mark Hubbard is now moved up to 8 under. He is 2 under through 3, 8 under for the tournament. 1 back is Xander Schauffele. Then there are 5 at -6. Scotty Scheffler, 1 under through 4. He is tied for 8th place. Rory tees off at noon. And Tiger Woods is at +1, the projected cut right now at even par. He will tee off at just before 11:50. So we'll keep you up to date. Obviously, Scotty Scheffler, we've been following that story all day. Arrested this morning, taken to jail, released for what seems to be a massive misunderstanding in the traffic report. Traffic, whatever. Go read about it. We've recounted it like 80 times. All's well that ends well. Of course, the tragedy this morning, a vendor was killed in an accident with a shuttle bus outside of Valhalla. So that's your update there. Let's get to the Sacramento Kings as promised. Mike Brown wants
to get paid.
Wants to get paid.
And good for him. Is that the right thing to do?
So let's just get that out of the way first. Mike Brown reportedly, look, I don't know exactly what he's looking for. All you have is reports and thoughts and all that, but it sounds
like
got
to guess near the top of what other high-level coaches are making.
I'm guessing it would be somewhere around 3-4 years at 10, 11, 12 per, somewhere in there. 3 years, I think 3 years, 30 at the minimum.
What would be the reason to not? You have a good reason? Last year?
Yeah, let's look at Mike Brown last year.
I mean, you go 1-1. He's made it once, didn't make it once. Is that fair enough? Is that the barometer?
No, I think if you're trying to build a case against Mike Brown, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do, I think there's a discussion as to did he get out coached a few times last year. Now, look, all the good coaches get out coached. Sure. But you look at the look at the team shooting way below their stead when it comes to free throws. Now, Mike Brown's not shooting the free throws, but Mike Brown's the coach.
Yeah.
How many times did the Kings have a lead, a double-digit lead throughout the course of the year at halftime, whatever, and blow it in the second half? How many times did the Kings, whether, and we all know them by heart now, at Portland, at Charlotte at home, Detroit at home, the Milwaukee debacle, the Phoenix real debacle. Look, Mike Brown got his hands dirty in those. I understand. I always understand. It's the players that go out there. It's the players that do the thing. Well, then Luke Walton should still be here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, you hold the coach accountable. I don't think Mike Brown particularly had a great year last year. I think he had a good year, but I don't think he had as good a year as he did the year before.
But I guess then that thought would be, which is fine to have that opinion, is going forward, do you think he's going to have more years like that, or more years that's getting the most out of this team? Like, that's what you have to decide. I mean, they could just let him coach this year and wait.
They could.
And then kind of go, all right, hey, we either made it again and we're still in love with Coach Brown, let's sign him again, or maybe it's time to go another road.
I think the question is Mike Brown more Doug Collins, or is he more Phil Jackson? Is he the coach that's going to get you there but can't get you over the hump, or is he the guy that comes in with the establishment and takes you to a different level?
My short answer would be I don't know, and that's not a great answer because the people that need to know should have a better answer to that. But I think you, me, probably most everybody that looked at this roster pre-season, in season, and then after the deadline said, I don't think this is a championship team.
No.
So to me, if they did that, great on them, great on Mike Brown. They didn't, and they didn't make the postseason. I think there's some factors for that. But I would go on, I hope with this ownership and front office is other experiences that this has been the best coach they've had in quite some time. Maybe you could argue the best roster. Sure, maybe. But I don't look at it in the big picture of Mike Brown's hurting the team. Sure. In some games, absolutely. Just like any player. Some games, Fox has hurt the team. But you're better off with Fox. I think they're better off with Brown. Now, if you can get better, I don't know what that is, though.
I would say this.
I mean, are they better off starting over in a year?
Well, I don't know if it'd be a start over either because you have roster in place. You have
not that. I mean, coach though.
Yeah, with a coach. So I would say this, Jason. I'll give you a logical answer, and then I'll give you my real answer. I think the logical answer is, no, of course you don't extend him. Of course you don't.
What, just to wait and see?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's under contract. Guess what? He's under contract. You know how people tend to perform in contract years? Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? Why would you provide there's no stability and comfort. You're judged on what you do year in and year out. Now, I'm not saying if Mike Brown gets a big extension, he's going to gain 50 pounds and not show up anywhere. But you have the opportunity because he's under contract to wait a year. And, oh, by the way, the worst, air quotes, probably worst case scenario is that he does really, really well. The team advances. They make the Western Conference Finals or better or whatever. Let's just talk about it in a dream world. And you're going to have to pay him more next year than you were going to have to pay him this year. So why would you extend him? Why would you? Because here's the thing. You give him a 3-year top dollar deal, 4-year top dollar deal or whatever, and he just craps the bed next year. Well, now it's like, well, great.
Yeah.
That to me is the logical answer.
Yeah. I guess my pushback would be, and I don't know the answer, maybe it's a different answer for everybody. Would you at your work or anybody out there listening, do you feel better working under those circumstances, which is like, I got to prove myself every day?
Sure.
Or, Dave, we think so highly of you. Here's a 10-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
You've been awesome.
Well,
and we, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
Maybe 10's extreme, but like,
sure.
We want you here the next 3 years guaranteed. Here's your contract. Keep going. Keep up the good work. That's also makes you feel good.
Yes.
But then, to the next day, you have your feet up on the desk. I don't know.
Well, you're also asking the wrong guy who's been on 12 consecutive 1-year deals. And it's a different story, but legitimately every year I sign a 1-year contract. And there's reasons on both sides for that. It's different, though, because it's guaranteed money in the NBA, and radio money is generally not guaranteed. Right. They could sign me to a 10-year deal and fire me in 2 months, and I get 3 months severance.
But I guess it's the motivation behind
That's
it.
right. Well,
security versus
insecurity.
Hey, I want insecurity. I'm going to keep pushing you.
Right.
But also, is that a sign there where you're like, yeah, but if you do go 38 and 44,
right,
and you're a 12 seed, it's like, yeah. But then also you might feel better about that decision to go, yeah, we gotta do something different.
I can build a great case to not extend him, at least not this summer. But here's I told you I was going to give you a logic answer. I'll give you the real answer. The real answer is that since the team was purchased in 2012, we just celebrated the anniversary last week, a couple days ago. They bought the team for $535 million, and it's now worth $3 billion. That is what we call a 6X improvement. They've made a ton of money, and here's the deal. Mike Brown's contract has nothing to do with the salary cap. You are not limited. You could pay Mike Brown literally $17 billion a year, and it wouldn't affect your salary cap one bit. If you signed Mike Brown to a 3-year, let's call it a $35 million deal, that's, what is that? It's a little between $11 and $12 million. That's the price you would pay a rotational player. And it doesn't count on the cap. So you don't screw around because you're not the Lakers. You're not a marquee job. And you had a guy. The best thing on Mike Brown's resume is that since 1985, Rick Adelman and Mike Brown are the only coaches to have above 500 teams. And Mike Brown, like Rick Adelman, has done it 100% of the time. None of the other coaches have done it. None of the other list of coaches that would take the rest of the show to name off have done it, and Mike Brown has done it, and Monty McNair has done it. And when they came in, this team was not great. And the only leftovers are De'Aaron Fox De'Aaron Fox, because Harrison Barnes came in after Vlade, right? So you have a good working relationship between Brown and Monty McNair. The players love Mike Brown. Don't screw around.
Yeah.
Yes, he would have to come in and coach on a contract year, but guess what? You reward him. And that's part of creating culture, is that you have a reputation with players, with coaches, and with agents that as a team, you're going to take care of your own if they take care of you.
Yeah. And I don't think it's a great practice to get behind this, but if you did that and things just fell apart, you can fire the coach.
Yes, you can.
And pay a second.
That's right.
It's not a great practice to go through, but it's been done, and it will be continue to be done by other teams.
This team has generally probably paid on average 2.5 coaches at one time for their entire team.
You're on one right now, and that's good.
Right. Eat the cash if you have to. Easy for me to say, but again, you guys have made $2.5 billion in 10 years. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, we'll go streaking, and then the final hour of the week, Jason's Getaway Day. And we will have celebrity birthdays, what to watch, and Friday Fun and Games. All coming up. Yeah, big show right after this.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to amp up your summer with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We've got a lineup that's awesome. First up on May 24th, don't miss Tribal Seeds as they bring their reggae beats to Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. And mark your calendar for June 8th when NF takes the stage at the Golden One Center. Visit livenation.com for tickets and get ready for a killer high-energy show. Don't miss music legends Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello with the Imposters on June 12th, and NSYNC and Backstreet artists Joey Fatone and AJ McLean on June 22nd. Two great shows coming in June to Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then looking ahead to August 4th, get ready for the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, presented by Live Nation. The Sacktown Sports live events calendar, your ultimate playbook for the best shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office. It's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Chris Kreider.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't?
Nope.
He plays for the New York Rangers.
Oh, hockey.
Rangers were down 3-1 entering the third period until Kreider scored a hat trick in the third period, and the Rangers went on to win 5-3 against their Hurricanes. He joins Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky as the only players in Rangers franchise history who have a hat trick in one period in the playoffs.
Didn't his dad used to work here?
Mark
Kreider?
Yeah, and then his other brother plays for the Tigers, I think.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got a question from them?
Yeah, a question for Kreider?
Yes.
Who's not?
The Denver Nuggets.
Oh, boy.
They lost last night to the Timberwolves by 45 points, and they had a terrible night shooting.
Terrible.
They were 26 of 86 from the field, which is 30.2%. They're also awful from three, 7 of 36. That's 19.4%.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure it out, dude. You know who else is not hot? I just came across this. Matt Damon.
Hmm?
Yeah. Matt Damon turned down the lead role in James Cameron's 2009 film Avatar, which included an offer of 10% of the film's profits. If he accepted the role, he would have earned over $250 million just off Avatar 1. They're currently filming, I believe, the third of 5 Avatars going on in New Zealand. So that's pretty much a $1 billion giveaway when it's all said and done by Matt Damon. The reason why? He was busy filming The Bourne Ultimatum.
Great movie.
And James Cameron wanted to start filming Avatar when they would have been in, they would have already been done filming The Bourne Ultimatum. They were done. He wanted to film it when they were doing post-production. And Matt Damon said, you know, they always need me during post-production. It just wouldn't be right. You know, we're wrapping up this series and I can't do that to everybody. I got to turn it down. He turned down what will probably end up being $1 billion. But you know what he turned up? His heart. That's a moral decision by Matt Damon, who, by the way, is weirdly starting to look. Anyone else notice Matt Damon's starting to look a lot more like Matt Damon at the end of Saving Private Ryan when he was old? Like, it's,
gee, imagine that.
Right, but it's like scary how
probably early 50s.
I think
I'm gonna go 53.
53. Christopher Lloyd. How old is Matt Damon?
Okay, so
Queso. Yeah.
I'm going to guess he's probably 51.
51 would have been the correct answer if you were talking about Ben Affleck. But Matt Damon, well, how old did you say he was?
I said 53.
Did you say 50? You want to stick with that?
52 or 50?
I'm going to give you one last chance.
I'm going to stick with 53.
I'm going to go 50.
Good job. Good job sticking with your gut. Matt Damon is 53 years old. He will be 54 in October, just in time for the NBA season.
Yes.
How about that?
Now, how do you like them apples.
How do you like them apples? Is that right? Has Matt Damon been married for 20 years? Good for him.
And she's like a normal person.
Luciana Barroso. Well, she's beautiful. Look at that. And you're right. I don't know who the hell she is.
Yeah, she's like a woman with just like a normal job.
Wait, what?
Haven't you been married for 20 years?
17.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, but I married an international superstar. True. It's a whole different thing. Yeah. Like the paparazzi, the mamarazzi. It's all over the place.
You're used to it.
At this point, I am. We just try to protect the children.
Yeah.
Set the screen. All right, let's go streaking, please. At some point. How about now? No?
It's time to go streaking. We're going streaking! Yeah! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
Oh, God. Am I reading this right? Matt Damon has 3 daughters.
I want to say one. I think 2 of them are his and one's his stepdaughter.
They have 3 daughters together, and one is a stepdaughter.
4 daughters.
From her previous marriage, who he considers to be his own. So he has 4 daughters. Yeah.
Girl dad.
Really. And look, I am all about being a girl dad, but one is enough. I can't even deal with the amount of arguments I get in with my daughter and her mother over. And look, I don't want to go over the top here. My daughter loves fashion and is very much on the conservative side, I think, of a lot of young ladies. But I don't know if this is just a natural dad thing or if I'm just crazy about it. But there are times where I just stop her or I see what she wore. I'm like, what is going on? And they both always look at each other and like roll their eyes and then look at me. I'm like, dude, can we not do the, the 4 daughters ganging up on you?
Well, just imagine 4 kids.
I can't, dude. We had to stop at 2. Like, I understand, like, a lot of people have more than that. I don't know how we would have done more than 2.
Because then you'd be outnumbered.
That's exactly right. You have 1 for each kid. But if you have more than that, you got to like hold one by the neck while you're holding. You got to hold them both by the scruff like kittens. We have more dogs than we have kids now. By what?
And who's pooping in the house?
Me.
Not the
True
kids.
story.
I hope they are.
On the floor.
That's a good point. All right. How are we doing, Jason?
We're doing okay here. You're on a streak of 1.
Yeah.
I'm on a streak of 2. Chris is on a streak of 4. Approaching your season best 7. You got hit yesterday. Let's see. To recap, Dave, you took from the New York Yankees. You did it. Anthony Volpe.
You're damn right I did.
And he had 5 plate appearances yesterday. And I was in here in studio yesterday right after the show with his first plate appearance when he homered. That's a hit.
That is.
He added another. He went 2 for 5. You're at 2.
Yes, I doubled my streak.
I took from the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge, because Chris said he was hot yesterday, and Chris was right because he was up for me 3 times, and he got 2 hits.
Wow.
So you're at 2. I'm at 3. The bigger question though is, could Chris get to 5? He took Bryce Harper and his glorious hair, just beautiful head of hair. 4 plate appearances for Bryce. And Bryce got a hit.
Oh,
1 for 4.
Great.
5.
I'm happy for him.
So Dave at 2. I'm at 3. Chris is at 5.
I think like my last 4 picks have just had 1 hit on the game.
That's all right.
mean, it's enough.
You need.
That's enough. 1 is enough.
I think this might be a career best for Chris. So he's
doing pretty well. All right.
So you continue your
I got it. William Contreras is sandwiched between Marte and Volpe.
Okay.
At 9, and nobody played yesterday, so I had to skip a few people. Let's go with Billy Cons, as we call him. William Contreras.
William Contreras of the Brewers?
The Brewers, yeah, very good.
Okay, I'm going to take Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals. Okay. Chris, good luck.
He's pretty good.
I will take Adley Rutschman.
Oh.
Of the Baltimore Orioles.
Okay, guys. Pressure's on.
Wow. Very good. Pressure's on. Getting higher. Difference is? Anyone? No?
You're a liar.
Come on, pressure's on, getting higher. Difference is
You're a liar. Pressure. Like, can you do it now? Sing it a little bit.
It's commercial.
Wait.
Pressure's on, getting higher. Difference is
you perspire.
You stay drier.
Dang it.
This band roll on.
Never heard of it.
Where's band roll on? Yeah, by the way, where did that go?
Is that like head on?
It's been banned.
It's been banned. It's gone the way of new print. Little, yellow, different, better. When we come back, let's get to a Kings draft prospect. Cody Williams. I'm interested in this one for a couple of reasons. Cody. We'll talk about that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Across Sacramento, air conditioners are firing up, and with them, power bills are going through the roof. Are you ready for your utility bill to soar even higher next month? Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners save money because going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. We call it the Aztec Paycheck. How big of a paycheck? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much money you'll save every month. Find out how much you'll save now at yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable. Stop paying the power company and start paying yourself. Looking for a deal? Here's a timely offer from Aztec Solar. You can own a solar electric system for just $99.95. Cash price after incentives. Don't waste another dollar. Visit yourpowersavings.com and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! And call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This segment is brought to you by Aztec Solar. Skip the sales pitch. Calculate your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
A rare moment in our YouTube chat, my longtime nemesis MC, who I call the chat captain. I know, and I just started that 5 seconds ago. Captain of the chat, he was in the military. He served our country proudly, and we thank him for that as always. I got annoyed with him again. But then he brought up The Martian. Because we were going to our Matt Damon movies.
Oh, yeah.
Good movie.
Dude, I don't know why I was naming off like Born Ultimatum and Good Will Hunting. The Martian is like, maybe it's just me. It's underratedly, incredibly rewatchable. I've probably watched The Martian 10 times. And I can get into it in the middle. And I would also say that not as much, but I think The Martian is Matt Damon's Castaway. There's a lot of Matt Damon. They do more, back and forth. Donald Glover's actually underrated, really good in that movie.
Michael Pena is amazing.
He is absolutely amazing. So is I also like Jeff Daniels. It's just a good movie. I think part of it's because it's weirdly unrealistically realistic. I know, but I could imagine. Can you imagine? Screw Mars, just the moon. You're stranded there.
No. Could not.
You got grow potatoes. I'm gonna science the blank out of this thing. It's a and the Bourne movies, the Jason Bourne movies are just.
We actually mentioned Matt Damon cameo movie very early on in the show.
He's had a few. What did we talk about though?
He sings Scotty Doesn't Know in the movie Euro Trip.
Classic. Ocean's 11.
What you're talking about, Born Ultimatum? He was making one of those movies. They filmed it in Prague. It was one of those things of just we're kind of in the same area. Would you want to go and film this? He's like, yeah, sure.
Matt Damon seems like a cool cat.
Oh yeah.
I also feel like Ben Affleck seems like a cooler cat than he comes off. I feel like Ben Affleck in person without the cameras and all that would actually be kind of a fun hang. But then he also kind of has a.
I think he's one of those guys that you like to hang around when he's got a 2-beer buzz.
Right.
But when he goes past it, it's dude.
No, I don't want any part of you, dude. I don't want any part of you at all. All right. Back to the PGA. Scotty Scheffler's attorney has made a statement. I guess his attorney's on the scene. You know what I mean? In the early hours of the morning in advance of his tee time, Scotty was going to the course to begin his pre-round preparation. Due to the combination of event traffic and a traffic fatality in the area, it was very chaotic. It was a very chaotic situation. He was proceeding as directed by another traffic officer and driving a marked player's vehicle with credentials visible. In the confusion, Scotty is alleged to have disregarded a different officer's traffic signals, resulting in these charges. Multiple eyewitnesses have confirmed that he did not do anything wrong, but was simply proceeding as directed. He stopped immediately upon being directed to and never at any point assaulted any officer with his vehicle. We will litigate this matter as needed, and he will be completely exonerated. I'm pretty sure this whole thing is going to end up with charges dropped and an apology. That's going to be my early prediction on this one, to which I'm sure Scotty Scheffler, knowing him too, by the way, he'll figure out a way to, they'll do some charity thing together or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what should happen. The officer, the police department should drop the charges, and then Scotty does some sort of event with them, and all the proceeds go to the victim's family. That's really That's how the whole thing should end, and you keep your eye on the ball, which is a man lost his life today.
Exactly.
So, Cody Williams, small forward, Colorado Buffalo.
Yeah, I feel like he's one that when I've read about him, there's varying opinions on him from higher lottery pick like maybe people are sleeping on him to be careful here. Wow, there's much like several players in this draft, but I feel like he's one that's varied quite a bit. I've seen him as high as around 9 to like 19.
A lot of we see a lot of family. Yesterday was the son of Anthony, what's his face? Carter, thank you. Today, when we talk about Cody Williams, he's just 19 years old. He is the brother of Oklahoma City's Jalen Williams.
Which Jalen Williams?
Jalen.
Oh, Jalen.
Jalen Williams.
Oh, got it.
Which is what they did to Scotty today.
Jalen.
I didn't have it at first, and then I did. It's pretty good.
Chris is like 5 seconds away from get busy living or get busy driving, isn't he? There's already people at the tournament with T-shirts with Scotty Scheffler in the jumpsuit. Cody Williams' length and smooth ball handling should make a nice fit in the NBA. Good on-ball defender, okay, and should be able to switch to multiple positions defensively. Well, that's what I'd like to hear.
That's kind of a wing. That's an area of need, and if there's talent, need, and fit all together, okay.
Cody
Williams.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Weaknesses, needs to get stronger. Oh, you know what? Whenever that
one never bothers me.
Never bothers me.
Like if that's the only, like I think it was for Durant at Holmgren. Victor still has it.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he will.
Yeah, and
Giannis, too thin. He's not anymore.
Yes, that's 100%.
Steph Curry, weakling. Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's strange what happens when you spend 6 to 8 months a year with world-class trainers, world-class equipment, and world-class nutritionists.
And you just age.
I'm a big fat moron, and I can tell you right now that if I signed with the Kings a 3-year deal and I didn't ever step on the floor, and the whole point was we're going to get you into NBA shape, 3 years from now, I'd look really, really good. Yeah. And that's me, not a natural, amazing, world-class athlete. Like that never bothers me.
Yeah, and I would say the other one that's not as close because that one is fine. I mean, that's going to get better. I also believe the jumper can get better, but it's more about the form. You know, if like bad jump shot, I'm like, bad? Okay, well, I don't know what bad means. Maybe low percentage.
Yeah.
But is it, that also will get worked on.
Yeah, and then there's also, you have to allow for it, but it probably happens 1 out of 1,000, but every once in a while a Sean Marion or a Kevin Martin comes along, and neither of them, especially Marion, like their form is terrible.
Yeah.
It looks like a kid shooting some weird shot on a junior high playground.
Yeah. Halliburton's was different.
Halliburton's is different. Not everybody can be Peja.
Right.
Or you or me.
Right.
Like we have good form.
Smooth.
You know what my form is? I always remember, Jason, when I'm shooting a jumper?
What?
Beef. Balance, eyes, elbows, follow through.
It's what's for dinner.
It's also what's for dinner. Yeah.
Nothing but net.
Yes, Chris?
We had the spinach drill, which doesn't even make sense. You're supposed to have the spinach.
The can of spinach on your elbow?
On your elbow.
Uh-huh.
You go in. Now that I'm thinking about it, our coach is an idiot.
I'm thinking like, how would
the spinach can is on the elbow and you reach in for the cookie in the jar.
Because I don't have a can of spinach here.
That feels like that's a little too far back.
Far back.
Yeah. That's why I have an awful shot.
Yeah, the cookie in the cookie jar, Dave. That was out like
yeah, I can't. That's tough. That's not going to work. But did you say cookie in a cookie jar?
Yes.
Did you guys say that a couple of times? Well, you know what? That reminds me yesterday. It's one of my favorite moments in Sesame Street history. I don't know if you guys remember this. I know. Where am I going with this?
Where are you going with
Can you
this?
sing the alphabet, Joey?
Yes. Yes, I could.
Let's hear you sing the alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, Cookie Monster.
You're not singing the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
gets me every time.
Cookie Monster isn't the letter of the alphabet. It goes QRSTUV. You're just teasing me. W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs.
Next time, Cookie Monster.
Next time, Cookie Monster can do it with you. I'm leaving.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks.
Oh, what a great moment. Also, kind of funny.
Yeah.
Throwing Cookie Monster right in the middle on Kermit, who was getting a little upset.
Yeah. Kermit was done with her.
Kermit was done.
Yeah.
He looked at the camera. That's where that meme came from and squinched up his face and got out. I'm done. Listen here, lady.
Kermit's like one of the most memeable characters.
He really is, dude. Kermit might be the king of the memes, like the Emperor Kermit. And all. That's really well done. Kermit just makes everything better. Hi-ho. All right. Well, what is wrong with us? You know what I want to do here? I want to pause for just a quick 30 seconds so we can quench our palate, whatever thing. And let's talk about, we talked about family a little bit in sports. Let's talk about family, specifically two children in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Who has bigger shoes to fill, or should I say tougher shoes to fill? Bronny James or Charlie Woods? We'll pause for 30 seconds. Don't forget, by the way, a very important announcement from Jason Ross coming up in just moments right here on Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hey, you never know when you may need someone to represent you on your behalf. For what situation, you don't know. That's why you want to make sure you have someone in place. And if you've ever been in this situation, you want someone you can trust, someone that you know will work for you, and someone that's good at their job. I'm sure you've seen plenty of lawyers on TV that say, hey, look, come to us where we go through these cases, but that's the problem. They just go through them. There's really no connection. You don't really know that they're there for you, and you're just on the list. They just, turn and burn, as they say, through those cases. You want someone that's in our community, someone that's good at their job, like I said, and someone you can trust. Well, let me tell you about the great people over at the Gonzalez Law Offices. I'm talking about Jonathan Gonzalez over there and his team, and he's right here in downtown Sacramento. Truly is local, lives in our community, is out on the waters, raising a family here. Look, he is one of us and wants to help represent you. In what situation you might need, you just never know. Wrongful termination cases, expungements, car accidents. He is here to help you. Whatever you feel the need for representation is, I suggest you contact SAClegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. Again, that's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at SAClegaldefense.com or 916-304-9187.
It's the River Cats Report. What's going on with the Giants AAA squad? The River Cats Report.
All right, let's tell you about the River Cats in our weekly River Cats Report each and every Friday right here on Sacktown Sports. Well, they're in town, and that means it's a weekend to get out to the park, right? Come see the River Cats. As it's a big night tonight, reigning National League and two-time Saying Award winner Blake Snell is scheduled for a rehab start. You also have Friday being the first 2,500 fans through the gates will receive a Patrick Bailey bobblehead. We were talking about bobbleheads. So that's a good giveaway tonight, presented by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. And so you get that piece of memorabilia. This Saturday is Salute to Armed Forces Night with a pregame flyover, courtesy of Beale Air Force Base. Flyovers always get me. I think those are all awesome moments. I really do. And post-game fireworks will follow both games Friday and Saturday. So get out to the park this weekend, tonight, tomorrow, Sunday. The River Cats in town. That is your River Cats report.
Yeah. Roar. Are we back?
We're back.
I didn't know if we had to do a thing.
We did it.
It's finally happened, Jason. I've gone around the bend. I've been waiting all day, but we've had these commercial breaks to show Chris a clip, and Chris has always seen everything. So there's this funny clip on that he sent me, and it's a British investigative report on this guy who's trying to sell his house, and in the ad it says no Asians.
Yes.
And so the reporter goes out there and is like, dude, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, hey, he's British and you can't understand half what he's saying. He's like, oh, dude, I'll do it. I won't.
I believe he's Australian.
Oh, is he? What? Same thing. So they're doing the whole thing, and
and he's just like, why won't you want to sell to them? He's just like, because they're terrible people. They want to take me money.
Right, the whole thing, right? So then finally, I think he just asked a certain question or whatever, and the guy in his accent, all of a sudden the reporter realizes he said no agents, as in real estate agents, not no Asians.
Yes.
He hadn't seen the ad. This was back when you'd call in the ads to the classifieds.
Oopsie.
The reporter just starts laughing. They shake hands.
They're terrible people.
And like when he realized, he's like, what? No.
right. The poor guy is like, I mean, he's being branded as like a horrible racist, right? And then he finally realized, like, wait, what? No, agents.
Yes.
They're greedy.
All they do is put up a bloody sign.
Right. So here's the problem. So I finally show Chris it, right? He's like, hey, stupid, I sent that to you. He sent me the clip.
Me too.
Yeah, it's in our.
I thought I found it. Shut up, Chris. I know. It's Friday.
Are you okay?
You're gonna be gone all week next week. Do you have any idea what's gonna? It's gonna be It's
gonna be Lord of the Flies.
It really, really is, dude.
There will be a 4-hour political show.
100%.
That's probably Wednesday.
That is probably at some point. I'm just gonna get fed up. Yeah, start yelling at everybody.
Come back to hear the story. What happened? I threw the hot gravy on Chris. What?
Hey, where's the hot plate?
Thursday, we're going to have Mount Cell Phone more. What's your favorite cell phone you've ever used? Video game music soundtrack bracket. Yeah, it's going to be rough. So tune in all next week as Jason will be off golfing. And if he gets a chance, hey, look, if you're up and around and you're bored, you always want you to get away from everything. But if you're up and around, feel free to call.
I won't be bored.
No, you're not going to be bored. Are you going to eat the big lamb shank they have at the restaurant?
No.
I saw a video on it. It's like a lamb stew with a big old lamb shank.
Dare I say.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Thank you.
I got you. Bronny James and Charlie Woods. That'd be a fun reality show, by the way, them living together. But of everyone alive right now of age, you got to think that's about as pressure-packed as kids could be, because they're both trying to enter the world of their fathers.
Like they could have been just college students and been kids and grown up and not even chased their dreams, but they want to be a basketball player and a golfer.
And the idea of Bronny James, and it's weird because Tiger Woods is, I mean, I would say that he's probably considered closer to the GOAT than LeBron in his sport, but not by a lot.
Right.
And it's arguable. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about two of the greatest to ever play.
Yes, for sure.
And, Charlie's a little younger than Bronny. I don't think there's no way either of them can live up to I say that. I would say this. I think Charlie actually has if you had to pick one, I think Charlie has a better chance.
Are you saying that is part of that answer because what we already know about Bronny?
That's correct.
And it doesn't seem like Bronny has, and that's fine. He can have a career. He may make it. He may not. He's not going to be his dad, and that's okay.
When you look at his measurements, and certainly there's exceptions, but he measures out to be like a Chris Paul comp. And if he had Chris Paul's exact same career,
he still wouldn't have the career.
He still wouldn't have LeBron's career.
A great one.
He'd have a first ballot Hall of Fame
Yeah.
career. He still wouldn't have that.
Right.
Charlie Woods driving the ball 300 yards at like 12.
Yeah, and then you just figure how much more difficult, though, an individual sport like that is. Like, Bronny could end up having, like, a bunch of championships. Maybe he's not the central piece of it. I mean, this is all could.
Right.
But an individual sport like golf, man, there's so many great golfers. It's just tough to win a tournament.
Much less multiple.
Yeah, majors.
And every single golfer has pressure on them, and mental is so much. You can be a great physical golfer, have all the attributes, but if your mental game isn't there, it's the one sport where really, if your mental game's not there, you got no chance. So not only is Charlie Woods, if he decides to go pro and pursue a career, not only is he going to have all the physical challenges that every golfer deals with and trying to get the ball in the hole, he's going to have the mental challenges of trying to get out of his father's Goliath-sized shadow.
Sure.
On the other hand, his entire life he has been exposed to the greatest teachers in the world, his dad giving him tips on the course, at the house. He has had every privilege you could possibly want when it comes to golf. No one, I would venture to say this, nobody in the history of golf ever has had access to the types of teachings and equipments and environments that Charlie Woods has had growing up.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods ain't a bad coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's had many, many others. And, you know, as far as genetics go, sometimes that carries over better. Sometimes it's average. Sometimes it's worse. I don't know. But when you're having that type of distance, I think it really is just going to come down to, did he learn the mental aspect from his dad? The ability to shut down emotionally and just roll through and do your thing.
Yeah. And, you know, and then just the other parts of just the way their professions work. Like a lot of people feel like Bronny can get like as long as LeBron is around, there's still that element of maybe LeBron wants to play with his son. So there's still the draw of a team. Like Bronny has a decent chance of getting drafted just kind of on that premise.
Yes.
Where Charlie has to qualify.
Yes.
Like he has to more so earn it.
There's no golf draft.
Yeah. So,
and I imagine he will get quite the
he might get exempt. Like he got an exemption on the one tournament, which is cool.
He'll get sponsors exemptions. He'll be must-see TV. Let me ask you this, though. Let's say that Charlie Woods has a career that approaches his dad's. I mean, we're talking one of the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Which will have been more enjoyable for you as a viewer? To watch Tiger Woods' career or to watch Charlie's career?
Maybe because I felt like my short answer would be Tiger, but I don't know if that's the right answer.
I don't know that it is. I've thought about this. Because if Charlie Woods ended up having a Tiger Woods-esque career, wouldn't part of it be that Charlie is doing all the things, hopefully, that Tiger didn't do?
Yeah, and part of that, we'd also be watching Tiger.
That's right.
Right? Like in how he handles it, what he does around that.
Old, gray-bearded, bald Tiger.
Yeah.
Trudging around with his son, declining interviews because he doesn't want to take the attention away. But being a proud dad. And really, when you dive into the psychology of Tiger Woods too, there's a lot there when it comes to father-son relationships and how he wants to be with his children. I've said it before that Tiger Woods is maybe uniquely, simultaneously the most accomplished and most what-if player we've ever seen. Far more than Bo Jackson, who's the first one that comes to everybody's mind. He has accomplished far more than Bo Jackson did on any court, field, whatever. But also you find yourself wondering, well, what if you didn't do the cheating thing? What if you didn't have all the injuries? What if you didn't have the very public divorce and everything that went with that? What if you didn't have the painkillers?
Sure.
You know, what if Tiger Woods had been relatively just had average golfer health?
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that he'd be approaching 90 to 100 majors instead of the whatever 88 he has right now. But we'll never know that.
Yeah.
We'll never know that unless, of course, he goes on a nice run and wins another few majors. And then we'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch and celebrity birthdays, followed by Friday fun and games. We got a thick schedule for the rest of the show for you. And speaking of my friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Joel Pash, Dr. Jack in Roseville and Dr. Joel in San Francisco, and upsizematters.com. Go to the website and you know what you're going to see. Or if you don't, and you're taking a guess, you're probably right. But you have the opportunity to see exactly what the procedure can do. And by procedure, talking about circumference. It's a nicer way of putting it, right? Always listed at or near the top of most important attributes. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Joel, they can make it in an outpatient procedure. I mean, literally You can have your consultation for free, and the same day have the procedure done, you're ready to go. There's people that fly up from Southern California, Ohio. I've heard quite a few stories from Dr. Jack where they'll come in, get it done, and right back on a plane. Super safe, super simple. Go to upsizematters.com. That's upsizematters.com. Get your girth on. When we come back, what to watch, celebrity birthdays, and more right here on Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
It's Sacktown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso here to tell you about the Sacramento Autograph Expo Trade Night hosted by True Sports Cards, happening at the Fairgrounds in Roseville. Come hang out with fellow hobby enthusiasts as we sell and trade trading cards under the stars at Attaway Pavilion. Trade Night is completely free, happening Saturday, May 18th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. After an action-packed day of meeting your favorite athletes, stick around for a bit. So come on down to Trade Night at the Fairgrounds in Roseville, located at 700 Event Center Drive, Saturday, May 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit SackSportsCardExpo.com or hit up Trade Night host Candlestick Sports Cards on Instagram. See you there.
NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey. He walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey. Takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports. Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Wow, where's Jason's? Imagine. Already on vacation. The chat mob is the name of the YouTube chat, guys. No, we're not going to call it the Tuna Can Gang, okay?
Gross.
Gross.
That sounds like the name of kids that the Little Rascals
Totally.
with.
Hey, we're the Tuna Can Gang. I've spent way too much time wondering why is it when you go back and look at like movies and TV from like basically the 30s through the mid 60s that people literally sound different. Like they have that voice. I don't know, John. Gonna have to go down to the police station and work this one out. Like, what happened? We just sound different.
How they talked, and I don't know why they talked.
Why did they talk like that?
What was the deal? What's the deal?
I think that was like kind of like the when you thought when you're going to be on the radio or television that you had to put on
to
a
do
voice.
the whole like the one headphone live from the Sacktown Sports headquarters. It's Carmichael Dave with today's updates. Well, you've done that a couple times.
Newsroom.
Our old buddy Chester.
Yes, Chester P, right?
Chester Q.
Tonsdale. Yeah. What's going on with him?
Where's he these days?
You just enjoying?
I mean, I don't think he's still with us anymore.
Really?
He's pretty old at the
did
time.
he pass?
He never passes.
Oh. What is it with our news guys always fading into obscurity? What to watch?
But good.
Knicks and Pacers tonight. Jason, is this a must-win for Indiana?
Yes.
I think it is. Rick Carlisle is having none of it. When talking to the press earlier, he was very to the point.
What do you have to tell your team different heading into a game like that to either ignore it or shake it off as a player?
Play hard. That's what we got to do. That's what New York did in Game 5.
Hard do you want Ty to fight denials? Like when he gets off the ball and then he gets denied again, what's kind of the sweet spot for him for getting the ball back in his hands versus letting his teammates do what they need to do?
The sweet spot is go rebound the ball and, not take it out of the net, and things will be a lot different.
Okay.
How do you feel, Coach?
This is just me. Is Rick Carlisle looking more and more like a grown-up Powder? Remember the movie?
Yeah.
No.
He used to get Jim Carrey.
Did he? As he's aged a
Carrey.
little bit. And, the hair has been gone for a while. Rick Carlisle is also a guy that would incredibly intimidate me, I think. He just seems like a dude that when he gets upset, you just kind of clear the road there. Knicks Pacers tonight. Guys, we'll play it right now. Pacers at home hosting the New York Knicks. Chris, I think you went first yesterday. I could be wrong. Jason Ross, who was favored by how much? 5:30 ESPN tonight.
Pacers 4.5.
Chris Ralad.
Pacers 2.5.
We do not have a correct answer. But happy birthday, Jason Ross. You're the closest. Pacers by 5.5. Seems a little high. I don't know. else. All right. A's at Royals tonight. Hey, Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt.
And the Colorado Rockies show up for a weekend series against your San Francisco Giants. In the meantime, we have celebrity birthdays.
Yes, we do.
By Crumble Cookies. Hey, listen, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than our good friends at Crumble Cookies. Jason Ross.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday on this May 17th to
Jim Nance.
Paul McCartney.
Matt
Damon. That would be so great.
McCarthy.
Matt
Ryan.
Oh.
Matt Ryan, quarterback, now announcer.
Jack Ryan's brother. Matt Ryan is 39.
38.
We have a correct answer, and it's Carmichael Dave, 39.
Way to start the Friday.
Happy birthday, Kim
Kardashian. Cottrell.
Basinger.
Kim Jong-il. Kim. I'm thinking all the kids I know.
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Mulkey, head coach of LSU.
Kim Mulkey is 70.
She is a 70-looking 62-year-old.
We have a correct answer. She is 62.
Wow.
That was really good, Chris.
Really, really good.
Happy birthday, heavenly birthday. How old would...
Hey.
Oh, there's Crumble Chris.
Just in time. Crumble Chris or Crumble Cookies. Oh, look at that.
Come on
No,
here.
you come right over here next to me, pal.
Now you can play.
Yeah,
Hey, Chris.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Turn that on. Hey, Chris, does it smell like food in here when you walked in?
It smells like bread.
Bread. Okay. Well,
That's one of the
we made
ingredients.
biscuits and gravy today. Early about 6 a.m.
That's my favorite.
On the show.
He'd never had it.
Just got biscuits and gravy cookies.
Oh, my God.
There's an idea.
There's an idea.
What do you have today, by the way?
So today's pretty good week. Pretty good week.
Oh, my gosh.
What
is that
HE
thing?
double hockey 6 is that?
So yeah, this is our pistachio gelato.
Oh, my God.
Cookie. So it's pistachio pudding. The little...
Is that a cone?
Yeah, it's the end of an ice cream cone. They sell them just the ends of the ice cream cones.
Okay.
So it's a little different.
Are we talking toffee right there or something, or butterscotch? Or
Yeah.
It's
You
both?
know that.
Wow.
I can see those chips.
We have a correct answer.
Yeah. So yeah, that is our... it's sea salt toffee. It's actually on my top 3
Oh, my
of
God.
all of our cookies. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, my God.
And this is French toast.
Oh, come on.
It's a square cookie.
Yeah.
And it's it tastes like French toast.
We're going to need a nice
Chocolate chip over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, semi-sweet chocolate chip. This is peanut butter cookies and cream.
Oh.
So it's peanut butter chip, Reese's peanut butter chips.
Hey, you know what else? Barely anyone's here today. I'm taking a to-go package.
Everybody's gone.
What's the last one?
And this is wedding cake. So it's a fancy.
There's not a bad crumble cookie.
No.
Yeah.
But there's not a flavor in there I'm not incredibly excited about.
Yes.
Honestly, the one I'm least excited about is probably the bittersweet chocolate chip just because it's normal and I would eat 100 of those.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, celebrity birthday.
Okay, how old, guys, today, heavenly birthday, would Bob Saget have been today?
Ah, man. I think Bob would have been 64.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'll say 65.
He said
No,
65.
sorry. He's about as old as my parents, so yeah, probably like 64.
Okay, the correct answer would have been 68.
68. Ah, Miss Bob.
Okay, happy birthday to Tony Parker.
Oh, the
Spurs legend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait. Who is the Reds power hitter?
Tony Perez?
Dave Parker.
Dave Parker.
Tony Parker is 46.
Rumble Chris, what do you say?
43.
He is 48.
Crumble Chris, the closest, 42.
Yeah,
Tony
that
Parker.
young? Wow.
Happy birthday to former late night host Craig Ferguson.
Oh, I love Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson, 63.
Okay.
66.
66 in there.
I was going to go older, like 68.
All right, Carmichael Dave's the closest, 62. Norv Turner of offensive coordinator, fame, also head coach.
Norv's actually 76.
Okay. Chris?
I want that pistachio.
80.
So bad.
80.
78.
Carmichael Dave's closest, 72.
Boom.
Jeez.
All right, and let's go with, who else are we missing here? We gave away tickets. Was it this week, last week? New Kids on the Block?
Yeah.
Jordan Knight from New Kids on the
Oh,
Block.
the dreamiest. He was one with the little Batman logo.
Was
and that
he?
One, oh,
Sure.
yeah. Jordan. I don't know, dude.
He's not a kid.
53.
53?
New adults on the block.
50.
54.
We have a correct answer. Chris Verlaud, 54. He knows his new kids. Wow. There you go.
All right, we got a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done, guys.
We'll take a break.
Thank you, Chris.
When we come back, Friday fun and games. But first, let me tell you about my friends at American Energy. Want you to get rid of the fluctuating bills this summer, whether it's PG&E or SMUD. Get rid of the PG&E. Go full-time, all-electric, all summer long. Yes. Winter will be around, electric. Summer will be around, electric. Get a free consultation, and my folks at American Energy will let you know exactly what you need. You get one of those new, innovative, awesome HVAC systems. You can get up to $9,000 in rebates. $9,000 in rebates, and they will do all the paperwork for you. AmericanEnergyAir.com is where you go. Been around since 1981. Been around since 1981. A+, Better Business Bureau. Like, for real, what more do you need? Call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Friday, fun and games. I'm stuffing myself with crumble cookies next.
Rusher plays here. A handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC! You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
Welcome to the May Springtime Sales Event at Kia Vacaville, where we're celebrating the arrival of a new season with unbeatable lease options on our 2024 lineup. As May blossoms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to immerse yourself in the exhilarating world of Kia, highlighted by the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. Throughout the May Springtime Sales Event, Kia Vacaville is thrilled to showcase our top models with irresistible lease offers. Experience the thrill of driving the all-new Kia Sportage, seamlessly blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Dive into the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid marvel designed to extend your adventures. Embrace the essence of spring with our eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, specifically tailored for those who prioritize efficiency without compromising on style. With the EV9 in stock, Kia Vacaville stands as your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details. Winter's gone, so there's no excuses for missing out on Sacramento's premier country festival, Country in the Park. It's this Friday and Saturday. Don't miss your chance to see
Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Letts, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, Brian Kelly, Drew Baldridge, Brian Martin, Michael Ray,
Ingrid Andress, Priscilla Block,
Chase Matthew.
Tickets are only $46 per day. Buy your tickets now at CITPfest.com. That's CIT.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
So here I am, just you know what's deep in this crumble cookie pistachio version. And I didn't realize that today's Friday Fun and Games also involves food, which we'll get to in just a second because Jason is prepping here with all kinds of small Ziploc baggies. Yeah. Let's go. It's Friday. Good morning, Alan, and good morning, Chris. How are you?
Good morning, Dave.
Wow. A little song in there and everything.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's Friday.
Have you thought any more about hosting the morning show?
I'm all in.
Yeah. It's really this guy, right?
That's right.
It's just the waking up portion that I'm afraid of. The getting off at 10 seems
I'll
awesome.
drive to your house.
That's what everybody says.
I will knock on the door. I will
Waking
pick you up, and I will drive you here.
You hear that?
No, I didn't.
We'll listen to Kendrick the whole way.
He'll go to
that'll wake
Bryson
you up.
Tiller too.
And some Tiller, yes.
Wow.
Country in the Park.
Kendrick.
That's right. Yeah.
I got,
Yes,
right?
the very same.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yes.
Did you think that was Kendrick right there?
I-
Like, is it me?
I
Is it
closed
Kendrick?
my eyes and I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You guys following the Scotty Scheffler stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay caught up, but
Well, he's playing.
yeah.
So he birdied his first hole.
Second hole. Yes.
Ah.
He I think how dope would it have been though if he'd have just kept the jumpsuit on
Oh,
and played it around.
Incredible.
He'd have been the GOAT
Yeah.
instantly.
Ricky Fowler could never.
Absolutely. He could never. Scotty Scheffler currently 2 under. He is in 7th place. He has moved up 5 spots. He is 6 under. And I was saying, like, I it's not like I expect any athlete to get arrested anywhere, of course, but like if I had to make a list of like least likely athletes to ever have a run-in with the law, I don't know if Scotty would have been at the top, but he would have been top 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it weirdly, I went on this real off-road as I often will. I found myself, this broke while I was on the way in, and then I had this weird O.J. Simpson flashback, and bear with me. Obviously, these are couldn't be more different situations, but just in the sense that it's been so long, and I know this was kind of before your time, that I remember when I was hearing the OJ stuff when it very first happened, it was a similar feeling in the sense of, oh my God, not OJ. OJ from the Hertz commercials, OJ from the Naked Guns. He's the nicest guy. There's no way any of this happened. It's OJ Simpson. And it's so funny now that we're a full generation and a half removed from that. People your age and younger, of course, are like, OJ Simpson, yeah, the murderer. But there was a whole group before that was like, OJ Simpson, he could run for president. He's the guy you want over at your kid's birthday to be a surprise. I'm OJ. Like, he was universally loved. I know, right?
So what you're saying is we're just scratching the surface on this Scotty.
I have a feeling, as I told him earlier, this is going to end up with an apology from maybe both sides, certainly the police department, and hopefully some charity thing that happens. And, the person, by the way, who passed away, all money go, let's figure that out. All right. So here we go.
Well, sorry, it took so long because I numbered all of our baggies and all of my Post-it numbers fell off. So that's why I'm scrambling here. So the first is we've been bringing chips in. My brother gives me these random chips at Christmas and my birthday. So, Chris, if you can get yours really fast. So let's start with where's that Orange Ridge one?
Orange Ridge, this one right here.
Yes.
This one.
Okay, this one right here.
Yep.
Do you have an Orange Ridge one?
Does Alan not
Alan, do you not have one? Ridge. Do I have 2? Nope, I've just got one.
Ridgerton?
Come on.
Ridge. Oh,
yeah, I have those.
Alan's not allowed to play.
Okay. Well, I feel like I have enough chips to share.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, Jason,
here it is.
There you go.
There it is. It's on the bag. All right, so taste test. We'll see if you guys can truly identify the taste. Go ahead, chip number 1. Dave, describe the first chip.
Okay.
Go ahead. Chris, you describe the first chip.
Yeah. All 8 of the chips.
Whoa.
The taste challenge. Ooh, that did not go over well.
Barbecue something.
Oh, I'm getting like a ketchup.
Ketchup.
What's the final entry of what everybody suggested? Ketchup. Anybody else different?
There's barbecue in there for sure.
Alan?
I think it's catsup.
Catsup? We're going with hers, baby back ribs. Baby back ribs.
Trash.
All right, number 2. Alan, give this one a palate check. So we're doing
looks like a Pringle.
Yes, describe it, Chris.
Looks like a Pringle.
Nothing else to say that.
And it kind of looks like a tortilla chip.
All right.
It just looks like a tortilla chip.
So
in a
can
Pringle.
anybody correctly identify the flavor?
God, that ketchup rib is holding on to me.
Definitely a Pringle.
Anybody?
I can tell you that.
It is Fiesta Pringle.
Fiesta?
I'll take that.
I feel I'm tasting like
ranch. I'll go with the
yeah,
ranch.
I'm tasting
Ranch?
sour cream and ranch,
Yeah.
something like that.
Correct answer. Homestyle Ranch.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Let's go.
All right, number 3. Let's try this Dorito looking one.
Okay.
By the way, Jason, I always ask you this, and I know you never do. None of these are like sneaky, like Takis, super spicy.
This is very mild to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Which was my
this
preference.
looks exactly like
Oh my
a
God, this
nacho.
What is that? It's like
Gatorade.
Oh, Skittle.
Yeah, this
That's
is awful.
Oh,
I would say like
Gatorade?
peanut butter and
Tastes like
jelly.
Skittles, Dave?
Yeah.
Gatorade?
I know that's not. I know that's not what it is. Tastes like fruit punch Gatorade with like some spice.
Okay,
Peanut
I'm
butter and jelly.
going to accept there's a shark in the bag. Baja mango. Fiery mango.
What? Baja ass.
Okay.
God,
We
that
need a
sucks.
palate
I'm glad I got
cleanser.
water.
I'm not sure this one's it. Let's try this.
Fire that person.
The other ridged
Oh my gosh,
one that's
that was
kind of clear.
Foul
Ooh.
and spicy. Oh, it's lingering.
That was not a hit.
No, let's just roll it. We should just roll into their show.
There's only a
Please,
couple more.
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's totally fine.
This one.
Yeah.
Still something.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's dill pickle.
Dill pickle. Oh,
That's good.
yeah. I could eat a few of these.
Classic dill pickle.
Yeah.
Pickle. Or pickle.
Pickle.
All right. Next one. What else you got?
We got the tornado. We got the
Bugles.
The Bugles will be last.
something.
Okay.
Chex Mix
These
and
those.
looks like
The
Lay's.
Chex Mix.
Let's try those Lays, I guess.
Try those later.
Woo!
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
Mouth is on
God.
fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one sucked.
That was good.
The pickle? Or
No.
the mango one.
Oh,
I don't know what this is.
Mild.
oh, what the hell that is?
Yeah.
We need
Because
an
my
entry.
taste buds have been blown out by
Oh,
the mango.
I'm at barbecue.
tomato basil.
Tomato basil. Okay.
That's good, guys.
I'll go with a romesco sauce.
You know what?
I don't
It's
know.
romesco sauce. Salsa fresca.
Told you.
All right, 2 more.
Yeah.
Um,
One's
yeah,
very light.
like the Chex Mix.
Chex
Okay.
Mix.
Oh.
Gotcha.
The last one will be the palate cleanser.
It better be.
Chex Mix. See if we can correctly identify the flavor.
Oh, I know
And
this.
by the way, I forgot one in the bag.
Oh.
Wavy Cuban sandwich.
Probably not.
Wavy Cuban sandwich.
Yes.
I'm a sandwich. This is
Oh,
really
there's like
good.
garlic. Super garlic.
Super garlic Chex Mix.
I'm gonna say garlic cheese.
Yeah. Kind of
Tomato
got like
basil.
a pizza taste to it.
Pizza, Chris. I think we cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, the last one, the dessert.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not. It's not trouble.
Oh, that's
It's an
cinnamon.
identifiable taste.
That's cinnamon.
Oh,
Cinnamon
cinnamon
sugar.
toast.
I'm actually into these.
Cinnamon toast.
You got some milk?
That's really good. I could eat
Cereal.
a buttload of these.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
CTC Bugles.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Crunch Bugles.
Yeah.
Harvard
Those
Grant.
are big.
When
There
they
you
make these.
There you go.
All right.
Well done. Chris
For
will eat all
everybody I
those.
meet, Jason, have a great vacation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well done,
Jason.
guys.
Happy birthday to
Thank
you as
you.
well.
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
For
Jason.
Chris, for Jason, for me, for the biscuits and gravy. These guys are next.
Man.
Bye-bye now.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Hurley. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Town Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.